You're now tuning into the sounds of the Potnas podcast.
Hey. It's a good day to be alive, ain't it? Hey! Potnas Podcast, freestyle session, let's go! Hey! It's the Potnas Podcast, and we pushing damn P. It's a boy on the mic, it's the boy JT. Got my boy Chris and Bradley. Now let me pass the mic to the boy Yo Dino.
It's the boy Dino, y'all know my first name. I done came down, shit, I make it damn rain. I'm a brainstorm, I ain't never stopping. Man, hold up, yeah, your boy steady copping. I'm steady copping what I really want. I done came down, boy, I don't really know what I'm saying. I'ma keep going, I ain't playing. It's the boy D, L Passage JT.
Boy, that boy D is smoking that mid. He acting like a roster. I'm about to eat some pasta. Got my boy Chris here in a pasta. It's the Potnas Podcast, and we the damn partners, motherfuckers. Boom. Wow.
That's from me. That's from me. That's
You don't
terrible.
smoke no mid?
That's so rude. You don't even know that's an insult.
It's great.
It was
Thanks a
meant
lot,
to be
bro.
an insult.
That's so rude. Gee, thanks a lot, bro.
Yep, you're welcome.
Gee, thanks.
Get better. Get better. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Sunday. But by the time you're listening to this, it will be Monday or Tuesday, whatever, if you're delaying your podcast listening schedule. But anyways, welcome to the Potnas Podcast, where we are delivering our perspective on topics, news, and shit. We are your host, the Potnas. Starting from the virtual end of the table, we got Mr. Corn Pop himself, Courtney Coleman, joining us virtually, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, what up, fellas? How y'all doing?
What up, Courtney?
yeah.
Good, bro. How you doing?
Hey, Courtney, did that freestyle satisfy your cravings?
Probably not.
I think it was cold. I saw somebody booing. What was the boo for? I missed that.
He said,
Because
terrible.
it was a line.
he threw a slug at me.
It was something about
Oh, the
smoking mid.
Yeah.
You picked that up?
Boo,
Yeah, I
tomato,
picked
tomato.
That's a slug.
It was solid, though. Best one of the season. Have we even done one this season?
Just one. And
We
you
just
said it
did
was
one.
the worst one we ever did.
Yeah, this is the best one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I
Thank
was
you for the affirmation, brother.
Appreciate it. You got
All
your
right.
next time.
And then next partner up is the man working the board. We call him Dino the Great.
What's going on, y'all?
Hello, Dino. How are
Time for
you?
Greens Point. I'm good, bro. How y'all doing?
Good. Yeah, 2 time for Greens Point. You know what I'm saying?
Already.
No talking about Guns Point.
No.
5-6, man.
All right.
what I mean?
Next to Dino the Great, we have our extended partner and special guest on today's episode, Bradley Poole, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, my partner's partner.
That is me.
What's going on,
Feeling
B-Rad?
You gotta speak closer into the mic, Bradley.
Feeling good, feeling wee.
Yes.
Doing all
B-Rad
the
P?
things.
He just naturally made me bring my voice down. I'm like, maybe I need to calm down.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, probably a little bit.
And last but not least, it is the most electrifying, extraordinary, explosive partner of them all.
This
You ain't never had a friend like me.
What happened to pulling back this season?
God damn it, it's your boy JT, Young Tizzle, the live thrizzle, son. The boy is back.
That was the most.
Courtney, rating of approval.
Yeah.
Rating of approval.
Hey, so this is the thing. We discussed this last season. Dino, you were supposed to
I know.
help out with the cause of him not doing this by not doing the
Not doing it.
ad-libs
I'm
on
supposed to
time.
be my brother's keeper.
Listen,
But
Right.
Literally, we run down the show before we start, and he's like, "Make sure
But you
press
you
my
egged it on,
buttons."
so here we are.
I know.
listen,
I'm bad, bro. I need
listen.
to
The
do
people
better.
have spoken, and they said that
Ain't nobody
they
asked for
needed
this
the
shit.
most electrifying partner to come back.
Anyway, JT is the people.
JT's the people, by the way.
The people's champ. You goddamn right.
No, that's
All
not
right.
Heavyweight. Yeah.
All right, so shout out to everybody on set right now, and to everybody, I do mean one person that kind of makes up for 3 people, Chris Anderson, aka the Iron Exposure, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, Cook?
Yeah, give him an explosion.
Because I'm big.
Yeah,
coming in at 300.
Chris, how much do you weigh?
350.
350 solid
6'3",
pounds.
350.
Wow.
That's crazy. So, like, each arm is probably, like, what, 75 pounds? Huh?
Bro, that's like
Just a
3 of
person.
me.
That's like 90 pounds.
Let's see if he can bust
crazy.
the stereotype of being a solid big nigga. All right, so
Hey, hold up.
do you know
JT.
how that comes? What?
JT,
What?
Have y'all seen that swole nigga that dances?
Oh, yes, bro.
Don't bring him up. Speak him up. He's like the candy man. He will tag me in his
What are we
stuff.
talking about?
You haven't seen the swole nigga dance?
Chris, I'll give you $100
on everything.
No,
God
buddy.
forbid. Don't you do that.
No, sir.
Don't you do that.
No, sir.
Bro, I'll give you $150
I'll
if you do it right
match
now.
that. I promise I'll match it.
Out his
Courtney,
shoes.
wasn't that you saying that can't nobody get no dollars out of you on this,
Hey.
on this very same platform?
Wow.
It's crazy.
That was Cap.
Yeah.
Nah, because people are already tagged me in that. And I'll never be able to live it down.
Hey,
I would block anyone.
I want to. I want to block him, but it's not doing nothing.
It's
Like,
impossible. You
Get
can't
him
get
off the
rid of him.
timeline.
what the fuck are y'all talking about?
You
haven't seen it?
We'll have to show
We
you.
gotta
No.
show you. It's this big guy.
Yeah,
Like
and
Chris
he's just-
size.
Let our listeners know.
He be ticking and
He's really
popping.
dancing his ass off.
He's very
One at a time. Whoa, shit.
All right, okay. All right.
Bradley, go.
Firearms out. Okay, so he is big, and he has hairs, and he's always wearing a tank top in somewhere public, dancing to a song that nobody really wanted to hear again.
Facts.
This is what you posted in our chat that one
very-
day, huh? Or somebody posted
He's
that
very
in our
limber.
chat.
He's
Okay.
limber for
I
such
don't
a
think it
large
was me.
person.
I think it was Courtney.
I hate that guy.
His most recent video. Why do I know these things?
Yeah, you know a lot about this.
Can you
His most
turn
recent video?
Bradley's mic up?
His most recent video was on the plane, and that I saw that should have got him banned from everything.
He should have been arrested.
Was he
that's
making the
just
plane
ridiculous.
move while it was?
Probably.
The shit almost went down, actually.
Yeah, turbulence. He is turbulence.
He was turbulent.
Social media turbulence.
No, you left out one important part. This nigga always has on spandex slacks.
Oh yeah, that too.
Every time.
He got on
Spandex
I'm
slacks.
telling you, his shoes, everything.
Everything's
is too
tight. It's way too tight.
You get to a certain point. I mean, it's like maternity wear at that point.
No, he does look. He looks. But listen, I will match that. Just to what Courtney said, I'll match that bill 50 if you give me just one like. You know what I'm
pop
talking
in
about.
the lock?
One.
But the people don't see it because
I need the
we're behind the
full.
camera.
I need the full like 20 seconds.
Okay, we'll do it after this. I'll
Yeah.
match that.
I tell you what,
At the next partners function, we'll
y'all
do it.
match
Yeah.
the $100, and it depends on the viewership, the listeners.
Okay.
So if they,
if they want to see
you
it,
know what I'm saying,
If you get over
get over
2,000.
likes.
200 likes.
2,000. I do 2,000.
No. You said views. You said views. So 2,000 views.
2,000 views. There
All
we
right,
go.
cool.
That's pretty easy to get to. That's you sure?
Well, shut up. We're trying to get this.
I'm a people's advocate, man.
We're trying to get this nigga dancing.
All right.
Maybe I should say likes and comments. or
Well,
something.
shout out
Yeah,
to
I'm
Chris
new to this.
Anderson,
See, I got
aka
it.
because everybody was talking while I was speaking, but Chris Anderson at Iron Exposure. All right,
Hey, shout out.
350 pounds of muscle and seriousness, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah. But anyways, Bradley, our extended partner and special guest on today's episode. Just wanted to allow you the opportunity to present yourself. Just let us know where you're from, your occupation, and any other information you want to disclose, brother.
Certainly, big dog.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That was kind of ASMR.
Pause. Yeah.
Erotic. My name is Bradley Poole, Sergeant First Class. No, kidding. Bradley Poole. I know these gentlemen from our alma mater, the University of Texas at Austin. Spent some valuable years of development together, and now I work in learning and development. There's no place I'd rather be than in learning and development and being a master facilitator. So, hate to break
Is
the
that
news
official?
to you.
Like you really are? That's
Yeah, I'm a
considered
master facilitator.
Oh, you better.
Yeah, there's a group.
Sorry, that's not.
I'm basically a talk show host. Yes. A master talk show host. But I work in luxury retail. Been in luxury retail for basically all of my career because I worked at Dell for 2 days. But I work for the good old Neiman's. So
man, that's
I'm
what's
good
up,
for a
man.
fashion. I'm good for a luxury vehicle.
That's Neiman Marcus, right?
And, you know, we can go by one name.
Fashion
Neiman's.
inept.
You should know, baby.
Those who
Have
know-
you ever heard
if you know,
somebody
you
say
know.
Neiman and Marcus?
Yes, I have, and it's strange. Young Thug specifically drops Neiman Marcus's name in most of his
lot,
songs.
yeah.
Which is interesting. I'd love to see him.
Is Neiman Marcus a black man?
No, they
not
were
even close.
They were Jews, Texas Jews, which is
Very
weird.
well.
Oh,
And
look
yeah,
at Bradley
I didn't know that.
enlightening the people. Yes.
I only train people on this weekly. I'm
Shout out all the Texas Jews, by the way.
I'm a deep communicator, thoughtful person, and an expert of many things, but at the same time, no things.
A master of none.
A master of none. But have y'all heard that there's more to that statement that I can't recall right now? But it basically goes against the whole thing, like a jack of all trades, but a master of none, and then like something that basically just says you can still be a jack of all trades. Yeah,
you should remember that, so it would be better.
But a creative in all ways. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Great. All right. Well, let's get into, a debrief of everybody's week. How was everybody doing? Or how was everybody's week? Anybody want to kick it off? Courtney, I know you ran into some car trouble once again, huh?
Come on, Coleman.
You want to expound on that
You
that
might
story?
as well lease a vehicle now.
Yeah. Facts.
Right.
What do you drive, Courtney?
Why y'all say once again? This is the first time I've had car
Your
trouble.
tire came
In
off.
your life?
Bro, you literally, facts.
No, go ahead. No. What happened?
Your tire came off on the freeway, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
You remember the pothole that you hit in 2010?
You and JT ran over a woman at UT.
That was about you did.
You literally ran a woman over. Oh, was that JT?
Oh man.
Something like that is significant to like peeing on yourself in class. Like they don't let you let it down.
Yeah. Only you feel the warmth.
Now, I don't even know where I was going. Here's a moral of the story. I don't want to draw it out. Moral of the story is commit to not going to Midas for your car, then when times get rough, don't even be like this time I'm gonna go to Midas just don't do it. Don't go to Midas.
Well, okay,
So Midas doesn't have the.
they
Midas
don't have
touch?
the golden touch.
Midas does not have. Midas is a scam. Midas needs to be up there with like Fed loans.
That's
Fed loans.
That's a
Wait, hold on. Fed loans actually
They're backed by the federal government, right?
Yeah. And
I know. I'm talking about
and they're
scammers.
financed
But
by,
you get
my
the
student
point.
loans.
The point is,
You should say Fannie Mae or something like that.
Yeah,
Salad.
loans or Midas
Navient.
Navient?
Yeah.
Cool, because they have a multi-million-dollar suit right now.
You just gave them a very French twist on that.
Navient.
Navient.
What did Midas do to your car? What did Midas do to your car, Courtney?
I want to hear
They
this.
did absolutely nothing. That's the point. And what? And I had a bill for like $99.
Cut it out.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something exorbitant.
Me too.
So you paid $99.
Well, it's the thing. It's the thing. The thing is, they not only did they do absolutely nothing, but they actually could have messed my car up more so that I could come back. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even know what happened.
So did they perform a diagnostic?
They did not. They attempted to.
They attempted.
And then they hit me and said, your car's computer system didn't allow us to complete the diagnostic, so we're gonna have to refer you out. And I was like, all right, cool. I'll come pick up my keys. You know what I'm saying? Just have my car parked out. I'll come pick up the keys. He's like, yeah, cool. I'll just charge you $99 for the labor.
Just charge you.
And I was like, bro, like, what did you do? Like, you didn't do anything. There's no. I walked out of Midas with no paper.
He needed the $99 to fix his system.
Because your
He
car
took that
jacked up.
$99 and I don't know what he did with it, but
Actually, you owe him an apology. Let's be clear.
That's how bad your car was. No, hold on.
nah,
Serious
and the thing
question.
is, bro, it was nothing like. All right, I don't know. My all of a sudden now my engine light is off.
It's more.
Like it's in better condition now, so I don't know what.
They low key fixed your shit, and then he want to tell you.
Well, so when you plug in that little reader, it resets the check engine light.
Okay.
No, I get that. I get
reset
that, but it's not coming back, and it's been like a week.
So what? Your shit still broke?
You still break a little bit more.
You
I
still
don't
haven't
know.
told us what was
The
wrong.
light's not on, so I can't.
said no.
I wouldn't be able to tell. But
There's probably so many listeners like, yeah, I've went through the same shit with Midas and Discount
Okay,
Tire and
now,
all these
y'all know
other.
something?
What?
Here's the plot twist. I just went to Midas and had an amazing
You had an amazing
great
experience.
experience. They took care of my shit.
They brought you a bottle of water and
Wait.
Listen, they gave
Dino,
me
what'd you get done?
oil change. It was just an oil change.
okay.
It's the thing, bro. It's the
change.
thing. You go and get your oil change. They put the shit in the air. They clean your oil, but they also stab your
Your gas
They
tank.
start like poking around in your shit. So then like 2 weeks later, all of a sudden,
Do they hit you with the thing where they bring out the cabin filter and they're like, sir, and they put like 5 leaves and like a whole bunch of dust in the bottom of a plant pot, like
soil in your
sir, you need a new cabin filter.
Somebody actually told me that they keep these are insider trade secrets, by the way, that they actually keep a dirty filter laying around to show people how dirty their filter was, but they're not showing you your actual filter. So
it'll be fucked up if you know what the outer frame of your filter is. You'll be like, nigga, that ain't my filter. The frame of my filter is black.
That happened to me. I once went to get my tires, like to get a rotation, oil change and tire rotation. But I learned from somebody to use a chalk marker on the inside wall of my tires.
to tell if they
yeah, we rotated them, Mr. Dixon. We went ahead and
you're a dirty liar.
We aired them up. I was like, first of all, my shit lower than it should be, and you didn't rotate my shit. And I went and showed him, look, and he's like, oh, okay, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened.
It must have been a mix-up. My apologies. My staff will get right on it. Right.
Plot twist. This was also
we're COVID.
My bad. COVID. Nah, Courtney. Question though: did you pay them the $99?
So this is the other thing. That's why I didn't, So long story, I went in there. I was like, "Yo, I'm not paying $99 for
facts
for the service."
Yeah.
And we went back and like this is the thing. He knew I had time to lose, and he didn't. Like he was gonna sit there and argue with me all day. Mind you, I had to do this during work, so I had to get back to work. I was like, "Yo, yeah, just I'm not paying. Like I need you to tell me what I'm paying for because I'm walking out of here with no paperwork, no understanding of what happened. I'm paying for nothing." Yeah, well. When we keep your car, typically there's a labor charge, and then he got me because the paper that I signed beforehand, you do sign and say that you're like,
no matter what.
Yeah.
What a sucker! You actually paid that.
Gotcha, motherfucker.
Pay that guy.
all good. It's all good.
Hey, when Courtney put off the light, he turned to his boys. We did it, boys! Yeah, we got another one.
See, when you big, that's the good thing about being big. People start
They not
trying.
fucking with you. Yeah.
People start trying.
Like, I'll get out this car and whoop your motherfucking ass
You
right
ain't
now.
have to say
Don't play me.
You ain't gotta say it.
You ain't gotta say nothing.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to y'all though. The keys, when he was talking to me, the keys was on the counter, and my car was parked right out
But you
front.
should just grab them over the way.
Bro, I was so close.
What could he have done?
Nothing.
He had my
Absolutely
information.
nothing.
So clearly their
What was he gonna
specialty
do
is
with
nothing.
it?
Their specialty is
Bro,
nothing.
my job was up the street. The police could have easily came to my job and
It
like,
says, sir, you drove off without paying them.
That's what would happen if he would have drove off.
Black man found on 1960 in silver Malibu.
Midas touch.
You're really good at that. You should think about like either voiceover.
No, voice
I
acting.
do think about voiceovers. I
He-
just
he
don't.
does voice
I
acting.
need an agent.
Hey, what's going on, bro?
I think
I might can help you out with that.
Oh, okay. Well, sign me
Look
up.
at
with
that.
I got you. I'm
Get
signed
this
up.
man
I'm signed
on
up.
adventure
Network
time.
and synchronization.
I'll be signing up for them talent websites and stuff where they try to charge you.
They're not gonna get you.
Yeah.
Nah, I got you, bro.
All right. How was everybody else's week? D.
Funny enough, so I also went to Midas. It was amazing. They gave me cold water and hot coffee, baby.
Wow.
It was a new
Maybe
location.
for now.
It was a new location. Yeah, right. My shit would bust down outside. No, honestly, the biggest thing I got from my week, bro, is that this is gonna sound so lame. I'm an old guy. I'm so excited. I'm revamping my office, y'all, and I just got a ton of shit from Amazon that came in, and I'm so damn excited.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
It'd be like that.
Damn, bro, you picked Amazon over Wayfair?
No, this wasn't shit you can get on Wayfair.
Hey,
Like,
Wayfair sex trafficking people? I don't know if I feel something.
they sell babies in cabinets apparently.
Hey, wait. Disclaimer. Y'all need to stop, man. Because I work for...
I'm reporting the news.
That was old news and it's fake news. It's not...
You work for Wayfair?
Yeah. Can y'all please figure out the coaster situation? What the hell?
You're a part of
Better coasters.
Situation.
All right, well then just...
Good coasters. Yeah, it's the condensation.
Okay, here's what I'll do.
I was gonna flip it, but then you got.
It's usually soft.
So that's the end of my week.
gonna
guys.
hold my cup.
I ordered a ton of shit on Amazon. and I'm
Wayfair is
very
not
excited.
sex trafficking any children, any women,
capacity.
any men, nobody.
You're doing
all right?
a great job at relaying the message from corporate. Wonderful job, JT.
Yes, that was a rumor, and it was a false article that was released. What? Caught a lot of traction. I mean, or not a lot of traction, but a lot of
some
volume.
traction
No, it's quite clearly not real.
It is not real.
Yeah, we'll unpack
But we
it.
do
Have great cabinets.
have great cabinets,
Just not with babies. in them.
right? Have great vanities, have great all your furnishing
But
needs.
they're not sponsoring us. We only say too much.
They're not
Hey, speaking
sponsoring
of,
us,
I do
but
need I need new vanity too.
But that's not
they
before I get
are
my couch.
employing me, so Easy on Wayfair's name.
Keep collecting the check.
Yeah, he gets a great discount too.
Oh my God.
Shout out. Forget Wayfair. It's all about All Modern. If you ain't never been, go check them out.
Audemars.
All Modern. It's the same website.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, All Modern, Perigold, Jocelyn Maine.
So there's a whole y'all have
all those are
conglomerate.
Oh, but y'all own Jocelyn Maine?
That's
Yes.
a fact.
I didn't know that.
Correct.
Wow.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That's why that was
Y'all,
such.
as if this nigga got stock or something in them.
Yeah.
Bradley, how was your week?
My week was filled with productivity,
You go.
professional development, and the bullshit.
Yeah, okay. That's what I'm looking for.
I'm 30 and I'm trying to keep up with the Gen Zers and the TikToks and the reels and things.
I'm being good.
So I did the most reels I've ever done in my life this week, which was very interesting.
You want to walk us through some of those reels?
Yeah, certainly. I was planning on it.
What trends
I saw a couple
are you
of
following right now?
Yeah. So, well, I got some advice from a fellow reeler that is 30 something.
Is that what that's called?
No, I made that up.
Okay.
Doesn't it sound natural? It sounds natural.
reeler,
Right
okay.
They told me, you have to find your niche.
That's a fact.
And I realized that is directly related to what makes you tick. Like I'm a creative, so I was like, okay, well, just show what I be creating, right? So I didn't do that for the first for the first reel. I hopped onto a trend right now, which is niggas waking up and going places,
Yeah, okay.
and making their bed and shit. And
I saw that one.
and all that did for me was all that did for me was prove to me why I should wake up 30 minutes before work every day anyway. Because I had to wake up at 7 a.m. I know that's not early for some of you people.
normal.
I totally understand that. Personally, I'm a 9 a.m. type of guy.
Wait, like waking up at 9?
Yeah.
Oh, waking up at 9 or
yeah.
getting to work by 9?
Waking up.
If you gotta
at
be
9
forced,
o'clock.
stop before that time.
Hey,
And
Nelly.
then I live 3 seconds away from work. So I take
okay.
I
That's
take
why.
30 minutes to get dressed,
Yeah.
and I get to work by 9:30, and whatever. But I had to wake up at 7 a.m. to film myself making my bed, film myself. Well, I cut my hair every morning, but film myself doing my hair. Yeah, well, because I'm actually adding hair instead of cutting
got
hair.
you. Yeah, we gotta put it on there.
And most of it's on my pillow. So do all that. And then my second reel was a project I actually been working on for like 3 weeks, which was the shoes I'm wearing. A little
yes.
DIY.
And what we call those?
number.
The coffee dunk? What we calling those?
They're the espresso ones, baby.
Okay, that's what we got.
The espresso ones. And that was actually way more fun because I got to pace myself. So I'm really kind of learning as we go. And then I did a short one yesterday. But
where's it? I didn't see the espresso one joint. You posted that?
Yes, it's live and rolling on Coolin' and Poolin'.
Yeah, I'll go
On
look
Instagram.
That's his ad name.
COOLIN.
It's not time for that
for it.
yet.
We just jumping the gun. It's all good.
You were jumping the gun.
It's all good.
COO.
Shout him out.
So when Bradley speaks of his espresso ones, he's talking about a process of how he took his.
Bro, can you get that foot up to the camera? Is there any way?
try it.
Are you in the gym?
I'm
or can
limber.
You might want to take the shoe.
Look at her.
You can take it
that'll
off.
work.
That'll work better. Yeah.
There we go.
There you
Look at
go.
those joints
So-
right there, buddy.
So what I'm holding up right now is a Jordan 1s, and they have cutouts of Louis Vuitton and a couple of coloring marks and
His mama
designs.
bag. He just went ahead.
And he also has, I think, a bungee cord
Yes.
attached to this
It's giving
to
me mad off-white
complement
vibes right
some
here.
of the coloration.
Don't miss the part on the toe box here. Where it tells me which foot I should be putting it
Inspired
on.
by Virgil.
But here's the thing. I'm not very smart.
That's
this
the
is
wrong
the left shoe.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. What's going on?
This is the left shoe.
Hey, it's called off white, so it could be off knowledge,
yes,
right?
uh-huh.
So yeah.
Off intelligence. But yeah, I had a really good time, and I like making stuff. Courtney knows that about me.
The espresso part comes from you dyeing.
Yes, I dyed them
dip it in
in
coffee.
coffee. Yeah,
Yeah.
boiling
That was
hot
kinda cool.
water, some espresso
That's
powder,
actually really gangster. I mess with it.
and left them overnight.
So this entire reel is on your page, which is at.
Oh, now I can do it. Okay. At Coolin' and Poolin', which is spelled COOLIN. POOLIN. Oh, wait.
Cool,
COOLINAND.
Oh yeah.
POOLIN.
Completely messed that one up.
It's spelled exactly how it sounds. Coolin'.
Courtney, did you have a question for Bradley?
What?
Or has that passed?
I mean, we passed it up.
All right, cool.
It's wonderful. I'm
right.
glad we got that. Yeah.
All right.
What about
So
you, Tizzle? What was your
yeah,
week?
my
what was your
week.
week like,
Oh my
buddy?
gosh.
What was your week like?
So
He's smiling,
I
y'all.
can't remember
Was it
if
good?
I mentioned this on the last pod about how I had dinner with a friend, right?
Uh-huh.
And
And they asked you to pay for them.
with Boosie?
No. So he actually covered the tab. Yeah.
There we go. I need to try to friends.
Well, was it a date?
Look,
That's what it sounds like. What are you doing this?
when I tell you that this was a setup.
Oh no.
So you know how you have a friend, and he probably, if he listens to the pod, I'm sure he'll get a laugh at this, or he might get offended. But I'm gonna go ahead and put it on display, right?
Shouts to him,
because we're the Potnas podcast. We just put authentic discussion on the radio,
we
right?
Love authenticity.
Exactly. So. I haven't spoken to this friend in quite some time, and he reached out, and we just connected. We've been chopping it up, and then him and his missus connected with me and my missus, and we met up for dinner.
The four of y'all?
Huh?
The four of y'all?
Yeah, the four of us, and it was great. We had a great time and whatnot.
Still
He covered the bill.
Erotic.
Yeah,
shouts to double dates.
He covered the bill and whatnot, and I was like, "Oh man, that was dope." I was like, I got the next one though, because I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah, I don't like.
But I don't like when somebody tries to outsun me. You know what I mean?
It's not.
Like
but I learned it's not sunning you. But I don't like people paying. I don't like people. It's this weird thing. I'm the same way.
But I went ahead and just put out that disclaimer caveat, and I was like, hey, you know what? I got the next dinner session for sure. And then
Dinner session,
right? And then and so he works in sales, right? You know where I'm going with this, right?
So was it like a Forex vibe?
Stop it! He's not in Forex. He's not in Forex, but
that was the vibe.
Yeah, yes, very much so. They're all under the same umbrella, anyways, right? They're all in the same category.
Federal investigation.
We all have those friends that are in sales of some sort, whether it's life insurance, whether it's selling products and merchandise, walking around with coupon books that D used to do in his past.
I was one of those.
The
you
Forex
was in the deposit scheme, bro. I was. I'm sorry.
The whole pyramid scheme for our listeners. That's whenever you hear pyramid scheme, they're talking about something that deals with sales.
Wake up
and
now.
in this industry, right? And so, he hit me. He was like, "Hey, man, I had posted a pretty funny story," and he responded to it, and he was like, "Hey, man, yeah, that shit was funny. Hey, let me know when you get some time to talk." And I'm like, "Oh, here we go."
You ever thought about retiring at 21?
This was, bro. At that moment, JT was thinking
it was a mistake.
Absolutely. And so let him proceed, and we set up some time. And I'm a very busy person, but made some time for him, especially since he went on his way to pay for dinner and stuff.
That's the homie.
Yeah, for sure. And he is for sure the homie. Went to high school with him and everything. And I can hear the listeners right now. I can see them like trying to figure out like who's he talking about?
Nah, that whittles it down.
Right. But no, long story short, man, he walked me through the whole presentation. He was like, "Yeah, I want to show you something. I got a presentation for you." So he showed me like the whole freaking 15 slide pager of just what he's selling and the benefits that it can bring to the people that you pitch it to, and how you can get all these people underneath you, and then they whatever they do contributes to your set
money in your sleep,
right?
Trauma inducing,
passive income, right? Yo, you ever had that person that whenever you have a salesperson that hits you up, what's the one word? What's the key word that they say? Hey, let me know if you know somebody that is what? Do you know the word? It starts with a letter C.
Committed.
Coachable.
Damn, that is it. That's
he hit me with the coachable, man, and I was like, "Oh God
damn."
Right, literally. So yeah, man, I just think that I just want to ask you all and our listeners listening right now, do you have that sales friend who always wants to hit you up, who's trying to recruit, we're hard recruiting right now, and we're looking to bring people on our team, and we're if you're interested in making some money right now, DM me with money. Or the time is now, or something of those lines.
Yes,
don't let your life pass you by.
Don't be one of bro. The short answer is yes.
Do you want to win?
I've lived this.
Are you ready to? I haven't seen a Forex post in a minute, by the way.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen it?
They got quiet.
Actually,
the Forexers are quiet.
It's because the market's down.
Actually, there is someone that I follow that we are maybe 3 degrees of separation from.
Okay.
That is big time Forex. He or she is doing. is doing seminars, master classes.
Is it really 3 degrees, or is it the same person?
It's literally 3 degrees of separation.
Okay, because it might be the same nigga, because they're also someone on my timeline.
That is like big time. They're more into the optics of it all than they are the actual business, which is the whole issue with all of that anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, that blows it. And I was just making coffee in my clubhouse a few weeks ago. And
before or after they stole your trash
they will
can?
do anything before they stole my
These
trash
fuckers
can.
will literally do anything.
That's the other part of my week.
I thought you were going there. That's what I need to hear
I've
about.
had a lot of theft, baby. People are stealing trash cans, honey.
Left and right.
I can't take the pressure. Okay. And then they had a nerve to deliver it, so I asked the people to replace it. I was like, come replace my trash can. Y'all got some thieves out here, right? And they was like, oh, sure thing. They put in a work request. It was like, deliver trash can outside of the door. I was like, why would you put it at the scene of the crime? And they took it again. Like, what?
That's some whole ass shit, bro.
And they took my neighbor's trash can in the same breath.
Wait, but do you know who these people are? Because we can go
I have
mob
no
on
clue who they are.
Why is somebody out here stealing trash cans?
Like, what?
We'll go knock on their door.
And
Hey,
my
you
original trash can had coal burns in the bottom of it, so it's not very useful. You pour anything in there, it's out the other end.
That's trifling,
But
bro.
anyway, so but yeah, a gentleman walked
black.
up to me in the clubhouse while I was making my morning coffee, and and he's, you know, they'll say anything to you to make a connection. They're actually master communicators, which is
really good.
amazing. It's misplaced energy.
They really good.
Yes, well said. Misplaced energy.
And,
be selling drugs.
and he was like, "Wow, espresso, huh?" I was like, "Yeah." Mind you, I got on like a ripped up t-shirt,
With the voice and everything.
a ripped up t-shirt, and like some, I don't know, like a pair of J's.
Not even realizing
like-
you literally had a pair of ones boiling in coffee,
Right.
as you, in espresso.
and like hair fibers half off my head. I had a chunk missing and stuff. He was like, "Wow, you look pretty fly." Clean,
Fly, buddy.
You're a
look
fly guy.
clean. How about I follow you on Instagram? I was like, sure thing. And he was like, yeah. Go, you know, when people want to follow, they want you to follow them back while they're watching
that's
you.
a fact.
blows it.
Yeah.
A dude took my phone out my hand and went to
oh
his
my
ear.
God.
I'm like, dude.
First of all, that's not COVID
that is
safe.
disgusting.
And then sure thing,
But he didn't follow me back.
That son of a bitch.
That's
trap.
and sure thing. 24 hours later, he was like, "You ever heard about something or another?" I don't know what the
Amway?
company was. Yeah, something. I was like, "Yeah, heard about it. Not interested. Buy it. Block. Bad. I have no time for it. I don't. Even if it's a friend, I'm sorry.
Yeah, for
I think
Rexers.
there's like a prototype. Like when they have the seminars, they're like, hey, you see the type of person? Like, that's the one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Bro, okay, let me answer your question. This has happened to me too many times to count. I don't know
Like
what
a
the
starter
fuck.
kit.
I'm clearly I'm the mark. I'm the person that you supposed to go talk to for this type of shit. Because I've been to 2 seminars that I didn't even realize were pyramid scheme seminars. One was about real estate. I'm like, yeah, I want to give me a property. I show up and these motherfuckers talking about, yeah, if you bring
a
somebody
team.
in, yeah. What? My homeboy got 6 doors. So anyway. The most recent time, my pops actually. It wasn't him. That'd be a good plot twist. It wasn't him.
Yeah.
But it was his friend, like the homie. Like it's like an uncle. Hey man, let's go get some coffee. I'm like, cool. This nigga's like,
I like
makes
coffee,
a
huh?
lot of money. He's doing well. Drives a fucking Tesla. So I go show up to a Starbucks, and bro, he started hitting me with some like, yeah, you have a growing family, some shit. Whoop 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 whoop. And he pulls out this packet about some shit. I was like, what the fuck is this? So I did not show up here to be sold on some shit. I will tell you this, though. The very first time it ever happened to me was, I got to call him out. He's still the homie. I ain't talked to him in a while, but he's the homie. Forever the homie. He's y'all frat brother. Yeah. My boy Chaz was the first time it ever happened.
Oh, no.
Anthony. He hit me with like
That's a hustler, baby.
it was like some shit. And this was in college. Niggas is trying to make money. I was literally painting t-shirts and selling flyers. Like I was doing anything I could do to make money. Pause. But he hit me with some shit. Not any, damn near anything. Almost literally. But bro, it was like this seminar about like an online grocery store or some shit. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Let him tell you about it. But it was. I felt
That actually
betrayed.
sounds innovative.
I mean, actually, for the time, it probably was, but it was like a low key. It was not. It was like everybody had their own grocery store, and so I had to shop at his store for him to get the commission, and then me bringing some more people, and they get their own stores.
Yeah.
It was a waste.
It's
It was,
And then
absolutely
we're all in
disgusting.
jail.
yeah.
So, quick question:
That is not pushing P, by the way.
how many of those shoe cleaners do you guys have?
Which ones?
The ones that they sell in the mall? Because I'm one of the dudes. If you stop, I'm gonna buy it.
Oh no, you went
I am.
Oh, no.
I don't know how to get away.
I have one. I
What
got
a
one.
sucker.
It's called
What a
Shoe
sucker,
Magic.
Chris.
Actually, it's Shoe Magic. Shout them out. The shit's amazing. It works.
It
very
does
well.
work.
It works very well.
I got all kind of stuff that I don't use. I got a beard thing that broke my face out. It's just sitting there. I got Neutrogena. I got.
Hey,
I'm like,
So you're a consumer. You're a consumer of the pyramid scheme.
I'm a
He's a
pushover.
sucker, is what it is. So he the nigga you see in the mall when like
I've been feeling so bad.
when a Persian cats come up.
The little East
Je voulais cologne, my friend. Come here.
Spraying cologne in your mouth.
Yeah.
And I swear I had to like, please no, please.
My friend, come here, my friend. No, Jen is the opposite. She get him the dirtiest looks. I'm so glad I got a Jen. I'm one of you. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a sucker. I feel so bad for them. And then Jen be like, babe, let's go now. No. I'm like, oh, thank
Hey,
the
one of
Lord.
the, hey,
But she's telling me about the micro pieces.
and these people that we're talking about come in all shapes and sizes. They will literally approach you at any like they can walk up to your door and knock. Those are the door-to-door salesmen.
Hello.
You have the people.
solar panel guys,
Right.
They,
You have
they
the-
hold me every time for 20
Yeah,
minutes.
Yeah,
Look,
facts.
hey,
I used to be one of them.
you got the car warranty people. We were calling about your car's extended warranty.
So I'm not gonna lie. This sounds terrible. I'm sorry. I used to work at a phone banking center, so I'm used to getting cussed out. I cuss them out every time they call me, bro. I'm just so tired of it. It's the same people. It's the same. Your warranty is out of date. You want?
Yes.
Fuck off my phone.
No, I like to fuck with them. I give them fake credit card numbers, and then they're like, "That card didn't go through." Oh my god, let me find another one.
Hey,
I'm so excited.
the last time I spoke to one, me and Sam were in the car,
You got
and he
time.
was asking. He was like, I was like, "No, look, man, I'm not interested." He was like, "Oh, okay, well, just wanted to let you know." Or I just wanted to ask you, where actually did you buy your car? And I was like, I was literally about to tell him, and I was like, that's none of your damn business. What? And Sam literally started cracking up, and he was like, whoa, okay, all right, sir. All right, well, thank you for your time. And I was like, yeah, get off my damn phone, and hung up. And I felt
felt good after
yeah,
that.
I felt great.
Hey, but y'all know one crazy thing though. Bradley said this before. Y'all gotta, if you be real about it, the people who go through like, because okay, we talk about how we're being harassed, right? But imagine having to work at a job where you consistently get denied. Like, bro, if you channel that energy into like, some of those people are usually like some really good ass salesmen. Like you put them on like a
Hello.
Like you put them in like a company and they can really like make some bread.
Those are manipulators.
No.
Those are people who know
That's how you
to
make bread. Most good salespeople are
Master manipulators.
approach people who are helpless and who are low self-esteem people.
even helpless.
Some people are able to just have that gift of tongue to persuade
well,
you into.
No, I was about to say
They're selling the wrong product.
The key point to any salesman is you have to deliver the idea that they need this product in their
You gotta
life.
sell value.
I
And we
take that
all
back.
have to do that.
Value.
Selling value. It's not
value.
about need, because I've worked in luxury retail. Nobody needs that.
No one
shit.
needs none of that shit. No,
And it's apparent. No, the customer knows that they don't need it.
Yeah.
But you got to deliver the idea that they
it's
do.
value.
It's value. You want to sell the value.
Isn't well, okay?
Nah.
Damn near the same thing,
You
right?
cannot need something, but you can see the value in
Right.
something and realize, ooh, that's
Right.
worth me spending
It's
this
desire.
ridiculous.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Okay.
need.
I
By
mean,
any means.
you don't know how many conversations I have with people telling them, "Hey, you're not gonna want to miss these moments with your family."
Oh my god! Okay, hold on, stop. So first of all, yes, I was that nigga. I used to work at a call center. I was really good at selling. I get cussed out all the time. Yes, it was misplaced energy. You put a nigga like that in marketing, hello, you got a Darian. What I will say, have any of y'all been sold or been to one of those seminars or whatever you call them for a goddamn timeshare?
Vacation package.
100%.
Oh my!
I was going to.
have.
I went to one in San Marcos.
Oh, me too.
You know how they get you is the end. Okay, so what they
free
like bring you in
trips
is they
and
say
shit?
like if you go through the whole seminar, regardless if you buy some shit or not,
Yeah.
at the end you
spend
get
it
a
with it.
free trip.
That's a fact.
Like a free
To Vegas or where?
I did 5 of those.
Florida.
Yeah.
Florida.
You
Yeah.
can like spin a wheel or some shit.
Yeah.
And you get like a free trip.
Yeah.
And what you don't realize is they like won't let you go Like you
That's
sit
a fact.
down you go all through the end. You're like, yeah, I'm not. I'm
Bro, they
just
locked the
real,
doors
bro.
behind
I'm
me.
just here for the prize.
They showed that on South
And
Park.
I
so
was shocked.
at the end, you spin the wheel, or you sit down. They're like, okay, we'll get you. You just got to talk to our finance guys, and we'll get you out of here, bro. I swear to you, every single time he came to me like, hey man, so it's a good opportunity. We can get you in for as low as $20 a month. I'm like,
What does your income look like?
$20
What do your bills look
like?
like?
Bad if I get into it. You know what I mean?
How
Like,
much
it
time
ain't-
do you spend on vacation a year?
Bro,
Hey,
it's so
how-
bad.
How many times would you
Get
like
you.
to vacation a year?
And their math is immaculate. When
Yeah.
you do the shit, you're like, well, damn.
Yeah, they
you're
got the
right,
system
actually.
calculated, for
Bro,
sure.
My stupid
$19.99
ass.
a month.
I
all I
left
gotta do is
there-
pay for it. Not knowing you locked in for the next 50 years.
That
but-
part. So y'all remember last episode or the episode before last? I was talking about like when we 10-year challenge 2012.
Right.
I was broke, right? Like I was broke as shit, and I was happy, but I was broke. Well, I wasn't that happy, but it was during that time that I took the goddamn sales. What do you call it? Seminar for the timeshare.
Yeah.
Tell me why. Me and Jen. I'm embarrassed to even say we left the goddamn seminar. We purchased the timeshare.
Oh no!
I was so broke. We got home and was like,
bro.
what the
What do
fuck
we
did
do?
we just do? I was like, we can't afford our current property.
Do you still have it?
Nigga, no. I called them back immediately. I was like, yo, I don't know what we just, no, I needed my
Well,
money
it looks
back.
like we're going to be in
I
Gatlinburg for
need
the
my
next 3
money
years.
back.
I'm sorry,
Again,
sir. You signed on the dotted line. We got you locked
I
in.
signed. Me and Jen got home and were like, we looked at each other and damn near tears was like, what did we do?
again, those are manipulators, man. They took somebody.
manipulated the
They
shit out
took
of me.
two young people that were looking to have a good time on a vacation, and then you walked out that bitch with something else. It's
We're
like
so
walking
excited.
into Target. And you need to go get some fucking rubber bands, and you come out
Target
with
cracked the
Target
code.
is dangerous.
They really
yeah.
cracked the code.
You see that video of that dude that was like, "We got to talk about it. I'm putting them on display."
Yeah, I saw it.
I walked in here trying to get some lotion, and I walked out with $287 fucking dollars. Man, that shit is hilarious.
It's in the
I got a
cents after
legit
the
question
dollar.
for y'all.
What's
I got a
up?
legit question. So, and I think this would be a good thing to talk about on the episode. But I think this all kind of comes down to like what your not impressions, but like what you put out there and what's like and what people actually put on you. Like I know we can bring it back to like social media. We can talk about like what we all put out there as a person, and that's why I laugh at the fact that there's like a starter kit for like a person that gets approached about Forex and X, Y, and Z. But my question is, and I just want to hear from y'all what y'all think. I always find it interesting. Like there's different people who put a lot of themselves out there.
Facts.
And that could be like relationships. And I'm talking social media, but I'm talking just in general,
Yeah.
right? People know everything about you, your relationships, your finances, your this, your that. And then we also have people who are on the whole like wave of stay low until you get up.
Hello.
Don't tell nobody your next move. Type of,
Move in silence.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Didn't I talk about them niggas last episode? Go ahead, Courtney.
I think
Niggas is-
we talked about them before, and I know we're all different on this podcast. I know we all socially are more social / less social.
Hey.
But I think it's interesting too to see why. Why do y'all feel like
That's a
it
good
would
question.
be?
That's a good question.
Yeah, like we'll just start it off from an open-ended question. Just how are you? How do you feel about it? How do you think is it beneficial? It's not beneficial. Do you think it's something that we shouldn't care about? Should people care about it?
You're talking about our social perception.
Well, yeah. Social percent, but in a sense of like what you're giving yourself what
How
you
much
give
of
of
yourself you share.
to the world.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this because I was just talking to Jen about this because, I guess this would have been good for the week update. Tomorrow, me and the missus find out what gender our baby is.
Oh shit! Tomorrow? That's tomorrow?
It's tomorrow, 8 a.m. is our
Damn,
appointment. Yeah.
Damn! Oh, so exciting!
Stop, bro. Stop.
Wait a minute.
Girl,
Stop. Why would you say that? Like, why'd you
no
say
boy.
Oh, you talking about what Courtney's talking?
that? Yeah, rude ass nigga. Like,
Yeah, you'll get another girl.
so, anyways, let me just jump over that. Girl dad. I mean, I probably am. I already made- I already made peace with it. But so I find out tomorrow. Tell me why. There's like this expectation. So, Courtney, first of all, I think yes, just from a baseline perspective, societally, people expect you to share more because we were talking about that. We were at dinner. Me and the missus were like, yo, we find out soon what gender the baby is. And literally somebody got offended. Like, oh, Well, no, we didn't say we found out. We were talking about what gender the baby is or whatever. And they were like, oh, so what is it? And we're like, oh, we don't know yet. We find out, actually next week. Okay, so when are you going to tell us? Like, nigga, who said I want to tell you?
Right.
But there's this expectation to share everything, including stuff like that, with the world, as if that's something you have to share.
Yeah.
So I think that's, for me, the weird thing is that I think we're in this weird, well, not weird, we're in this interesting, I guess, place because we're that fulcrum, we're that pivot generation because we existed before the internet and after. We are social media babies, but we existed before social media. The onset and growth of social media was our life. And so we knew a life before the oversharing. And so it's like, I feel kind of weird. Like,
listen, I'm all about the freedom of speech and, you saying how you feel. I'm Mr. Somebody Had to Say It. I'm all about authenticity and free discussion. Hence why we have this podcast, right? Just want to freely speak as much as possible without getting canceled, right? Which I feel like in a sense is restricting, restricting your freedom of speech. But then and there, right? It all depends on what contract you're signing. But
you have to risk things.
Yeah. So, but I'm also on the side of the fence where it's like, if you're going to put it out there, you got to understand the repercussions that come with it, right? Yeah. So, Ari Linux, you heard the latest about her, right?
Yeah.
So, for our listeners, Ari Linux is an R&B. She's an R&B singer that's been out for about 4 or 5 years. She puts out a lot of strong sexual, explicit content, or not content, but
music.
Yeah, music.
More content, period. Because if you look at it, she puts out more sexy pictures than good music.
Yeah, so she makes some very provocative music, and it jams.
Yeah, Ari,
right. And she's actually our age. She's like in I think she's
all
probably
of them are.
Yeah.
Ari, SZA, everybody, all of them.
So she's definitely a millennial,
she's
like young professional, right? In that group, but she always has an issue with people, responding, commenting back, the backlash to her thoughts. She puts her rawest thoughts out there, saying that she has a problem with this and that. And then people provide and give her that energy that she's looking for, because once you put it out there, it's for the world. It's the world's.
Yes.
It's the oyster.
You no longer have
there.
Control over it.
Right.
So interesting, because this most recent, like Darren agreed with here, we know that she does this frequently, where she gets fed up with her response.
Everything. Her label, her this,
Stop talking about my nose.
And this most recent one made a lot more sense to me, because I was like, okay, well, we got to look at read the room.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's the general theme of that answers the question in totality, Courtney. Read the room, right? Who's about to see what you're about to put out?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's audience analysis, right?
Can you control the audience?
Who am I? Right. Who am I showing this to?
Yeah.
So a blanket question of like, how do we feel about, sharing, and what do we share, what we shouldn't share on the internet is all about your particular audience. Some people could argue and say that if you put it on the internet, it's there for everybody, but that's not necessarily true. Think about all the millions of profiles that you've never seen in your life. Right. So, but, her most recent, issues came about because she literally just went to another country and said it was amazing. And they were like, oh, you tripping, girl. Shut the fuck up type of thing. It was weird. This most recent time, it was like, she didn't even say anything.
Yeah.
But her reputation probably precedes you know?
Cries wolf.
So I do think that there is some joy in privacy if you are already a naturally oversharer.
Wow.
So like
that
prime
resonated with me, man.
prime examples are like people like, Beyonce. So clearly her life has been shared even before social media happened, simply based off of celebrity. And we look at her social media presence, which is, it's personalized, but you can tell that it is very, very calculated.
It's really curated.
But
Like, it's extremely curated.
So let me contribute to that part, right? Real quick, right? So I think that it's this weird agreement with the world or the audience and Beyonce, and not just Beyonce, but just people like Beyonce, right? Okay. Where you get to try to create the narrative of how you want your content to be delivered and picked up and received.
Perceived,
received and perceived, right? Yeah. It's kind of like this unspoken dialogue between the two. So it's like, okay, so you're basically gonna just drop an album out of nowhere and then just go missing.
We all love it.
And we're all here for it. But somebody else, like
and they should go wood.
You know why? Yeah. It's because she knows her audience. She understands that it doesn't matter. She understands that her audience understands her privacy. And that any crumb she can give you.
As of lately.
No, hold on. That's actually really good.
So, no, not from the beginning when she was with Destiny's Child and whatnot. She was on display all the time, and they were.
That was also before social media. That's not the
same level.
That wasn't social media.
Either.
That wasn't social media. Though.
Yeah, good point.
That was she was in front of you, but she wasn't in front of you from she was on every show, TRL, 106 Park and everything, but she wasn't. Yeah, but she wasn't
very calculated.
She wasn't on social media like that. That's actually a really good point. I would liken that to my boy Kendrick, right? Like he's not somebody. Or even Cole.
He's like,
you don't look for them on social media because you know them niggas don't. They're like me. I'm a social media recluse at this point. But if you go back to my earlier feed, because I didn't go back and curate my shit like some niggas do, go erase old pictures. My shit's still on there.
My shit is deleted.
I stopped posting. I just found more joy. It wouldn't even, and trust me, y'all, behind the scenes, JT talks to me about it all the time. I got to have more social presence. I'm on a podcast. You're 100% correct. But
you already know what I'm about to say, right? With your fucking bio. You don't even have Potnas included in your bio.
Stop.
Stop.
We're not talking about that, bro. No, but people, it's real shit.
It's borderline. It's miles far past disrespectful at this point.
No, it's not. But check it out.
Hey, Dino, I have a question though.
Check it out. Hold on, real quick. Let me finish this point.
Go.
See, disrespectful.
I'll even go. So I'll go with the whole bio thing. My bio has nothing in it. It don't have the pod. It don't have. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a procrastinator. I'm an artist. I'm a
procrastinator.
No.
That's what you are.
I'm a business owner.
Procrastinator.
I don't have none of that shit. You know why? Because the pod's no more important than my wife or my child or my business or my anything.
Remember how last episode how I was saying when somebody had posed a question like if you're trying to convince somebody to do something, how depending on who the person is. Hey, all right. I need these demands. I need these to be met. I need this report to be delivered by 3 p.m. Whereas D will sit here and have a whole meeting and then a meeting to go into another meeting.
That's actually very false. I hate meetings. If you work with me, you know I don't like meetings.
See, condescending asshole.
The truth comes out.
Anyways, yeah. If you're listening and you're my client,
we're veering off from the point, but just get the shit done.
Let me make the point. The point I was making with like the Kendricks and the Beyoncés and the Coles and the Darians. I don't have a strong social presence, but that's by choice, people. I find I have so much more peace and happiness in my life.
Absolutely.
When I can just live and not have to worry about capturing what I'm doing.
Right.
I used to be really, really super duper. Bro, go back to my old Twitter feed, go back to IG, any social media platform. I was super duper active, fam. Every vacation, every party, everywhere. When I was out, bro, I had a Snapchat. I don't even know my login anymore. The point I'm making is,
me neither.
Now that I've kind of divested from my social media life, if you will, or presence, bro, I feel so much more free. Now that's not to say you should have. I'm a business owner. I'm on a podcast. Y'all know that I'm super social in real life, but not on social media. I do need to do more of that, and I realize that. But the piece that I found with not doing that, not sharing and all that, I went to vacation in Hawaii. I took pictures, but I didn't post a single one.
But you also don't have, the umph to get a response or reaction out of people when you drop something like how Kendrick and Beyonce do. Go ahead, Courtney.
I don't drop shit.
Yeah, I was just going to say, so it's almost like a two-part question because I want to ask Bradley something too because I think it's like interesting. But, Dino, the first question I have for you is just like because what it seems like is there's some sort of toxicity in like social media for you. Like you feel like you don't you get peace from not posting. So what peace what are you losing from sharing?
I got you.
And then Bradley too, you started on this thing with reels and all that. Mm-hmm. Why?
We're at the opposite end of the spectrum.
I'm just curious to ask.
Yeah,
generally, but I think we're more similar than we are different. I'll tell you.
That's true.
Actually, go ahead and answer them first.
Quick answer for me. What is? So it's not even that I'm avoiding something necessarily. It's that, and honestly, bro, this was not like a calculated move in the long term. It is now. When it first started, I just stopped doing it. I was like, I don't feel like doing it.
But what reason though? It gotta be it, bro. It has to be.
You want to know what it was?
Like, nah.
No. Honestly, good question. What it was initially, and it's not what it is now, but it started as it was too much work. And I was at a place professionally where I was working nonstop and I was managing social media professionally for an enterprise multi-million-dollar company. And that shit was work. And I'm like, I got to think of captions, pictures. I got to curate their content. I was creative directing all their shit. And I'm like, I got to do this for me too. I just stopped. And it was like, yes. And I never went back to it. And now it's by choice. I put out things only here and there when I need to. And yes, Like, but if you think about it, when you're working on social media strategy, do you really want to go home and now do your own goddamn shit? So for me, it was really that. And what I found on the tail end, like now, having kind of avoided it for so much time, is you can still be in the mix, you can still digest, you can still invest in other people's social, but me not being a part of the conversation necessarily, I am in a place now where I do find myself wanting to kind of insert myself, but not having that presence. So it's
gonna come with a lot of homework for you.
It's a double-edged sword. Like everything has some give and some take, but the peace I've had in the past few years, bro.
It took you.
So the reason why I asked that is because I look at, and I'm sorry if I'm cutting anybody, I can't see.
And I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
But I almost want to like compare it to like you being in the field and all that. I get it.
Yeah.
Like you have an expectation for clients and this and that.
Yeah.
But don't you think social media is a place for you to just literally like, oh, I like this, post it. Oh, I like this, post it. Oh, I don't. You don't have to have the best caption.
No,
so I guess
that's if you're naturally like. So okay, that's a good point, and that's one thing. Another thing I left out. I divested because of the work involved with managing social professionally for a person like me who's very strategic, who's very I'm a admitted perfectionist. Like I'm not going to put something out that I don't strongly believe is going to work and going to resonate with this audience. Having done all this research, right? With me, it was too much thinking. I found myself, I got a phone full of fly ass, dope ass pictures right now. Why don't I post them, hoes? Oh, what captions? What should it say, babe? Where should I post it? Who gives a shit?
Worst part.
But there's people like John Cena that just post shit and with no caption, and that shit booms and disrupts the internet.
I'm not a 300-pound muscular white man. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna tell you the same shit that I told you season 1, 2, and 3. You get in your own fucking way, bro. Like you not posting because you're like, oh my gosh, like I need to figure out what type of caption that needs to be attached to it. You're a freaking artist. Just put that shit out, and if people appreciate or receive it, then cool.
You have to have a real sense of self-esteem for that. Yeah, like you just like to go throughout life and get all this rejection from sales. You got to be that kind of person, because when you put it out there, you don't know what you're gonna get back from the public.
Yeah,
and it also depends on what kind of people you follow on your feed. And
that's true.
You know, your
bingo.
You create your audience though, like what Bradley was saying.
I don't want it to be misconstrued, and I'm gonna hand it off to you after this, Bradley, because I really, and anyone who knows me know, I have a really strong IDGAF. It's probably too strong. That's one reason I quit my job. I genuinely don't give a fuck.
Well, then post it.
When I put it out, it's not. I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. I'm gonna be honest. I never counted likes or gave a shit. Like I remember JT. He truly is a social media manager. He manages his account, his wife's, his businesses. I got 3,000 likes on this. Like, oh, word? I never looked at my likes in the past 2 years.
So you just contradicted yourself then, because you said that you used to like stall, and still to this day stall. Like that's the reason why you don't post, because you sit here and try to contemplate on what my caption needs to be, but then you just contradicted that by saying you don't give a fuck.
That's not contradiction.
Yes, it is.
No. You're marrying two things.
You know what that is?
He getting worked out.
What is it?
Marrying two things.
It's denial.
No. Hold on.
You know what that is though?
What is it?
I think, and I can speak for myself too. I can't speak for you, but I think I can personally say I think there's a lot between like 2010 to 2014. We used to just post whatever and not care.
The landscape
there's so much pressure around. There's so much pressure around.
Oh my God.
That's a fucking.
Let him finish his point. Let him finish his
I'm
point.
real with y'all, Dino. I probably got more I don't give a fuck in me than you do. But I also, that doesn't really translate. If I'm gonna be honest with myself, like I actually do care about my social, not my social presence, how I'm perceived.
Your reputation.
My reputation,
Of course.
and as much as it, and I'm not saying you don't. I'm just speaking for myself. As much as like I have a bunch of shit to post, I've literally stopped. You can look at my social feed. I don't post stories. I don't post this, and it's only because like I get in my own way of it. And the reason why is because I always have this like weird ass like cloud over me thinking like,
thank you.
Well, I got coworkers, I got old.
Right. All y'all niggas be cap out there talking about that. I don't give a fuck about like how
I got people in a certain spaces that I don't. I'm like
everybody in the black community cares about how they're perceived and how they are received. Don't hit me. You can miss me with that bullshit because you literally just said it earlier. And hence why? Okay, going back to the bio point. Why haven't you fucking posted your bio? bio because you're waiting to get it right. You're waiting to get. No. I'm just bringing up the bio because it is a formidable point.
That has for you.
No, it is not for just me. For our audience, you said the reason why you haven't posted. I'm just
my audience. I know my audience. They don't give a shit about my bio.
Stay with me. Stay with me.
They told me.
Stay with me for this example. Okay. The reason why you said I haven't posted my bio because I'm waiting to get everything else aligned so that when I post that everything is already moved. Oh, okay, cool. But bringing it right back around then, because I still want to get to Bradley's point, but bringing it right back around to what you said literally just 10 minutes ago on the pod, saying like, I got in my own way. I hesitated to post because of captions. I needed to sit there and figure out like, how am I going to get this in? That's you giving a damn about how you're perceived and how you're received.
So hold on, let's
how was it not?
No, I hear you. I think it's more so of operating.
Chris, hold on.
Purpose.
Pause. Go.
So real quick, I think you're creating false parity between two things. You're conflating two really important things, and this will kind of, I think, help to get you to see this. One thing is IDGAF. I don't give a fuck, and my wife will tell you, and sometimes to my own detriment.
You don't give a fuck about what? You don't give her a fuck about what?
All right, now I'm watching the actual conversation develop. Because up until this point, you weren't very clear about what you don't give a fuck about.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And that's actually what set him up to use that against you just now. Because really, he don't give a fuck about social media is what he's trying to tell you at all. He cares about perception, so he lets you get all that out too.
Yeah,
but he does not care about sharing in that space.
So that's where it is. There's the IDGAF, that me not giving a fuck, and then there's the social media thing. So there's the let's take captions or bios or whatever. That's overthinking. Saying the right thing, doing the right thing, that's me overthinking. That applies to my art. I'm a toot my horn. I'm a pretty decent artist, my nigga. But have y'all seen any of that on my social media? No. Why? Overthinking. But does that mean that I don't give a fuck what people think about? No, my nigga. I think I'm dope as fuck, and I want people to think I'm dope as fuck too. But those two things, you're conflating those two things. So me not giving a fuck about social media does not also equal why I'm scared.
I disagree with you because I know you personally, because you do eventually it's going to tie into your goal of getting your business exponentially increasing its audience.
Business is different. Business is different.
But how in your field though, to get on a more conglomerate level, you need the power and the magnitude of social media. So you gotta give a fuck.
What he needs is a second account.
That's what it is. Well, then create a fucking second account then. But if you don't give a fuck, then why even have a social media in the fucking first place then?
But that's 2022. You have it just to.
So he does it.
It's like why have a car but you work from home? So like I've had so many times where I post things that have no context. I'm that guy that will post anything. I don't give a fuck. Bad joke, dark humor. So I will post things just to come back to it later.
Yeah.
Just because I'm like, okay, I don't want to lose this. I don't want to save it either because I don't feel like pushing a bunch of buttons. I'm going to save it on here. I don't got time for it. I don't want to learn how to work stuff. Yeah. Exactly. It's overthinking it. So I will post it so it goes to my profile and I scroll down my profile, go back, laugh at it later.
Y'all niggas are cat,
other
bro.
people, I'm not. I'm dead
Y'all
serious.
capping.
I'm dead. But my thing is, what's your purpose? So if you don't have a big purpose overall, what's the point of me taking it serious and thinking?
And that's why people will scroll right past your shit because they don't care.
I'm not trying to be. Hold on, that's really good. Me, Chris. I can speak for Chris. I make I statements. My therapist.
People tell me all the time, you should just work on Twitter because I post some shit like, hey man, I want some cereal. And be done.
And that's great for Twitter. But on IG, that's horrible. So real quick, and you got to get in here, Bradley, because you're actually like influencer status.
Oh, no, I'm not.
But you want to be, right? Oh, you're working toward it. Darian,
we'll get there.
The reason, and this is what you got to understand, Tizzle, it's very different between me and say you and Brad. I don't give a fuck about my following on social media, how many people follow me, how many likes I get on my. You know I don't give a fuck about no like. When you used to tell me I got so and so likes, I'd be like, oh, that's dope. I've never counted likes in my life. I don't even know how many likes I got on my most liked picture or what that is. I don't give a shit because my purpose is not tied to my social media. Exactly. I don't give a fuck in real life about social media, but my business. I'm gonna do everything I can to make that go up.
There's still you don't need social media to push your business. At the end of the day, there's still traditional ways to push your business.
Yes, but we're not talking about we're talking about the individuals who don't necessarily need social media because their end goal doesn't require or need it as a prerequisite. All right. But you two
should have.
Y'all are capping because I know both of the entities that y'all are trying to push has to coexist on a social media platform, and that's why you need it.
That's not true,
and that's why you care.
It could benefit from it, but it is not an extreme detriment.
It's not the end all be all.
And I don't doubt that either one of you are incapable of running good business without social media. It might be more difficult for them.
Stop talking over each other.
It might be more difficult for them if they do not engage in social media from a business standpoint, but business has existed way longer than the 12 years.
I'm not talking about business. I'm talking about personal social media.
We can't ignore this though. Like I agree 1,000%. I think that was Bradley just said that. I don't think any business is going to fold because of. We even talked to Chris in a previous season
he don't give a shit about
his process for real estate, right? Yeah, bro, I do snail mail, I do
yard signs, that type shit.
But I'm almost in between both of y'all and JT's point, because social media is literally
oversaturated.
Well,
stop speaking for him. Hold on.
Social media is the consumption of our life. Like, if you take the amount of time, I think the average person is like on social media like 5-6 hours a day.
Yeah,
like almost 7 hours a day. You talk about like people who are our age. So you can still have a successful business, but if you're not willing to adapt, and that's one thing. But I don't want to hone in on that. I do want to
come back to that.
Let's go back to personal.
I do want to get back to Bradley's point.
I want and I want to come back to the to me that speaks more to like landscape. The social media landscape. We can come back to that.
Let Courtney bring it.
It's a tricky. Did you want to repeat your question?
Yes,
Courtney,
please repeat it.
Yeah,
please repeat it, Courtney.
Well, shit, we don't.
It was about what was his purpose in posting, making the picture for the reels.
It was just a blanket. It was just a opening the like.
Cool.
What? Okay, yeah. So, what's your inspiration behind being more active, doing reels, X, Y, and Z? Like,
I'm mainly inspired by social media accounts that are actually able to mix their passions, their purpose on the planet with being able to make money.
Yeah,
the best social media accounts are able to do that, right? We don't see Beyonce have her own. Well, I'm sure she has a Finsta, but we don't see that, right? Mm-hmm. Or a good example is like, let's say Carlos Harris. I don't know if anybody follows him. He's actually annoying, but. My goal is to be able to convert what initially started as a personal sharing platform for me in 2011, right, to something that does eventually make me money.
Yeah, profitizing your
I know that the easiest way, or the way that I will not be anxious about making money off of it, is if I'm doing something that ties into my talent and into my passions, which is creative expression. I won't say that I'm an artist in all ways, but so that's where those reels come from, is me being able to finally share some of my creative passions in that space. So it has payoff in two ways. Well, I get the immediate payoff of social gratification. Somebody got to see my artwork.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and it's artwork in many ways. And let's say the shoe example, the shoe itself is a piece of art. And then the video being put together itself is art. It's like a cool payoff for me personally, right? Yeah. To be able to create something. It feels really good. As a matter of fact, if I post a reel, I don't care what happens to it, right? I don't care what the viewership is, because I got to make something. It felt good to make something, you know?
That's the heart of creative.
Now, pictures are different.
Okay. So
I'm very calculated.
I got a question though, Bradley, because this is like, you mentioned a really good point. So like, we socially at this point, we're not Beyonce, we're not some of these people that we're labeling or whatever, but let's just think about it like this. You got Kim Kardashian, right? And the family, and they put everything as far as the good, the bad, the ugly, the whatever in between out because it's making them money, right? So it could be whatever. So do y'all think, and this is for everybody, do y'all think if money has some way to be attached to it,
it does,
you would be like, all right, whatever, like it's cool. But the fact that it's not money involved, and the receipt that you get from putting something out there is whether a lot of people liked it or not, or a lot of people didn't like it. You know what I mean? Like, if you think money was involved, it would change.
Absolutely.
Well, if we take stories, for example, stories don't, well, I mean, I guess you could make some money off of stories if you do like a swipe up link or something like that. But stories are, kind of like the personal look into your life. I want people to be interested in me. That's
Right.
I
That's your
want to
end
be
game.
interesting.
Yeah.
I like to be more interested than interesting.
But as fashion and putting yourself out there.
But yeah, if you're gonna see my face somewhere, it better have been interesting.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is why pictures are a little bit different story for me. So I do want to be regarded as blank, blank, blank. Right.
Yeah,
Whether that is fashion enabler, what my identity is typically described in picture.
A prolific figure in the social realm.
And I don't want my identity to be misconstrued in any way in anywhere online, whether that be Instagram, Twitter, fucking website.
So those feel more sticky to you.
Those are important. I don't necessarily care about the engagement levels that I get from it, like how many likes, etc. I more so am looking at, is this an accurate depiction of who I am?
Yeah.
Right.
Because otherwise, why am I showing this?
Yeah.
I think that's most people's goal. That
come
are
back to that.
influencers.
I don't think so.
Or,
I think a lot of people post things that are meant to skew who they actually
That's
are.
a fact. That's what I want to get to.
Fantasy world.
That's what I'm going to come back to.
Which is fun. That's a whole thing. There's third world. We're buying. What's some things called? Courtney, you probably know.
NFTs.
Yeah, NFTs. People are buying people's intellectual property.
No, let's get into it right now.
Yeah.
Let's get into it right now about that reputation, like how people are putting out a fallacy of their, like putting on display the people that they want to be perceived, how they want to be how they want to be projected, and versus their actual reality. I
gotta. So when it comes to that, I know the generation we came in, like Darian said before, like we came in a really sweet spot where we got to know like before and after. But what's crazy is like you got to really realize, and somebody told me this before, we're talking about the metaverse and all that shit going on, but really whatever individual, whatever quote unquote like profile or videos or whatever you put on the internet is probably more valuable than like who you are as a person at this point in life. Think about it. Like when I'm kicking it with y'all, and I'm serious. Like it really is. Like y'all know me for me, right? But I can really put a whole different personality and get 100K something followers. I'll say like the certain stuff that'll trigger certain people, and then next thing you know,
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
The individual that comes and kicks it with y'all literally does not have the same kind of clout as the individual that I put myself. Because I can go to a club and like, oh shit, is that so and so?
And then you meet them and they lame as shit.
Or I can go to a place and I'm taken care of just based on the fact of
who you are.
I'm
Hey, that concert that we went to, D, that 90s concert. I ran into somebody who I follow on social media. Never had met them in person until that time we were in the elevator with them. And when we got out of the elevator, if y'all remember, I was like, "Oh yeah, I know that chick, or whatever. I've seen her on social media, or whatever."
She in person, huh?
She looked the same, or whatever. She was popping and whatnot. But she saw me. We made eye contact, but and I knew she recognized me, but she hesitated and resisted to acknowledge me verbally. Like and I think I said hey to her, and she was like, and she kind of like blew me off. And I think it's just because of the fact that, you acknowledge the space that you're in, right? Like the people, the environment that you're in, and you're like, this is an appropriate time for me to say something or to acknowledge this person in this light or capacity because I may be attracted to him or because of, or because.
Is that what you told yourself, bro?
Yes.
No. I'm just speaking,
she's usually naked
on a general
Instagram.
basis. Right. And so they're probably like, oh, I wasn't expecting to see or come across somebody that
in real life,
right? Because I'm known to be promiscuous on social media, but no, I'm talking about the person, the chick that we ran into,
whatever that means.
Yeah, right, exactly, right. But in real life, like I'm real low key, and I don't want to interact with the people that interact with me on social media.
I kind of have a rule.
But why?
I have a rule.
Why
for that,
though?
So people are weird, man. I don't know why.
It actually happens to me frequently. So,
take this.
And I dumb it into my horn again. I'm not in a influencer space at all.
I said too. Pause.
2,700 followers get you nowhere.
No, but you're popping. I've been to your functions.
But let me tell you,
I see people I haven't seen in years. Like, oh my god.
But that's built off of actual literal engagement,
real
in
life.
person.
That's
and it's actually kind of disheartening to me. I had to let go of the fact that my real life is never going to be as popular as my online life if I don't try try at least. And I've tried, but like when it doesn't succeed, I'm like, fuck it, I got real friends. So, but I do realize that the more that I'm able to really make you understand who I am in real life online, the more engagement I get. Which is like, okay, the more I can match what actually gets me, 150 people at my house. Okay. If I can match that energy online, it works online. Okay. Right.
It's just very difficult. That's kind of what I was speaking about earlier as far as like businesses no longer use social media as much as they used to because everything's so oversaturated. So
it is. You have to because you have to be that much more calculated.
There's 30 of me's, but word of mouth gets you further.
I would say people don't.
I would disagree with
social media.
It's starting to decline.
As a person who's professionally in the space, there's not a single client of mine I would not suggest they use social media as much as possible. No, but here's the thing, and this is to your point. You have to use it different, very different.
Absolutely,
you cannot run a business page like you run a social because it is super duper oversaturated. Everybody's posting the same shit, and people aren't. Think about it. Your business. How many business feeds do you guys engage with on a daily basis? There's very few.
Yeah, and actually, I get mad when people become realtors and then change all their content to realty pages.
I mean, it's a normal.
A lot of friends.
That blows me big time. I almost unfollow people for real. It blows me. Like I followed you for you, not for the fucking house I can't afford.
But so here's the point, and this is what I wanted to get to. I want to say this. Oh no! That's a very specific person.
Dog.
Well, actually, I'm thinking about somebody different from y'all are, but I'm sure we probably follow the same person.
But look, and that goes directly to the Forex shit too, man. Yes. Whenever we have our friends, like the personality changes, I just can't get with it. Like it's not something I'm really fucking with, and you will get a quick unfollow from me. Not because we're not friends anymore, but just because I can't
want to see that shit.
I don't like the personality change of you.
Hold up. That goes into D's point. Because then, maybe D don't want to be Dino the Potna. Maybe socially.
Well, then Dino need to get the fuck out the Potnas podcast. Then
hold on. Maybe socially Dino wants to be Dino.
Yeah.
Or Dino the Black Room CEO.
Yeah.
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, then create, like Bradley said, create a different social media account.
There
is one.
All right, then in your personal social media platform, I need you to get that shit corrected.
It's correct.
Because it brings more traffic.
Right.
And hypothetically, but there's no proven. There's no proof points. In fact, I promise you when this happens, nothing's going to change. But here's the thing. Check this out. This is what I want to get to real quick. Is everybody in here has acknowledged one important key fact, but we haven't pointed this out. Earlier, we talked about the change in the social media landscape, and in real life social landscape. Okay. So here's the thing. When it comes to social media, there's been this shift that I've noticed when it comes to how people want to be perceived, how much they post, and all that kind of thing. Bradley, you hit on something real important. It was like, okay, I don't know. It's hard to tell when people, the person that's on social media who's super popping and all that or whatever is really that person. I can tell you quite confidently, oftentimes the people you see on social media when you meet in real life, they don't line up. I met some niggas on social media with hundreds of thousands of followers, met in real life, they lame as shit.
Oh, so this ties into the good and the bad. Like only posting good stuff and framing.
Precisely.
Yeah, okay.
The climate we live in right now, I'm not going to say all social media, because I'm going to say specifically on IG, because I don't even get on Facebook really like that no more. TikTok is
for your auntie.
It's pure. It's for my auntie and my grandma. No, dead ass. And
or the
TikTok
lame people.
is pure entertainment. So I'm gonna stick with and Twitter is like in the moment right now. That's where you get your news, where you talk and all that. I'm speaking specifically IG. It's a visual platform. On IG and only IG, it is nothing but a curation of your high points.
Yeah.
No one uses
the good.
No one uses Instagram to do genuine storytelling, bro. From a personal, maybe on business or not even that, because you have a whole editorial calendar. Like that's just fake too. So my point is, me, a person who used to use IG for genuine storytelling, go to my everybody right now, go to the THE_DIXONARY. Go to my page, scroll to the bottom, all the way to the bottom, and then scroll up. What you're gonna see is my posts line up with what I was doing in real life in the moment. But what's changed? Your stories, your reels, those are the in the moments. Because that shit disappears in 48 hours. Or is it 24? I don't even fucking know. But your page, you said something like the pictures. Now those are really important. Those have to be highly curated. Those have to reflect the best me I can put out there. Because
the most authentic
you, which is also hopefully the best.
Yeah, the best me. Which is that was actually I was thinking about that on the way here. I was like, I've talked to a lot of people about it, been being professionally developed all week, but I like to apply some of that stuff to my personal life too. And I was talking to one of my managers. She was like, you know, you get the opportunity to show up, you know, as whoever you want to show up as, right? And most of the dissonance that happens when you have to decide who you want to show up as is how accurate of a person that is, right? Your authentic self versus your best self, and sometimes they don't
line up. That's a good point.
They have to be
because the best version of yourself doesn't mean that it's not authentic. Right. It just so happens to be that you haven't attained that best version of yourself yet. And I think Instagram, social media gives us an opportunity to imagine
so you're saying
imagine that, you know, to show up as someone that we're not, that we aspire to be, but unfortunately we can't tell who's what point in that journey to
and that's why I fuck with it. That's why I fuck with it, man.
That's why I don't.
But you find out 2 weeks later who that real person is.
So look, I fuck with it on the sense of like if that's your goal and that's you're on the path and making a conscious effort to turn your life into that dynamic, right, of what you're putting out and exuding, then cool. Stay as consistent as possible. It's when people start veering off and having an identity crisis and then like starting to throw all kinds of stuff into the gumbo where things get really distraught and just confusing for the audience in general.
But that's what makes it fake is you're living your entire life based off of the audience instead of life.
Yes, exactly. And that's what D has a problem with.
The people to be scared of are the ones that do a good job at lying.
The inconsistency, right.
I'm not concerned about accounts that I know are not them their real selves. It's the ones that are doing an excellent job at being somebody else.
And that's how they want to be portrayed.
Well, here's the thing, and this is one thing I want to kind of cap off the whole idea about today's landscape, social landscape with this. So we're talking about perception and all that. You're curating your social media to be the best you or the most authentic you, whichever, or both, right? But when I saw, you know, like I follow my niece and nephews, everybody. This is when I knew the shit was way different, and I'm definitely not finna engage in this shit now. My niece has 3 pages on IG. She has her main, that's one I follow. Then she has some shit called a spam page, which is where she posts her authentic self, the shit she want to post. Her main page is only 5 pictures on it. She erases them shits on a weekly basis. It starts over. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Where's that beautiful picture of you? That's on my spam page. Where the fuck is the spam page? And I can't get accepted to the spam page, by the way. And then there's some other page. I don't even know what's on the other page. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Yeah, that's our Finsta. But this is my point. Like, we have, as human beings, we got to have 3 social medias to be our authentic self and to achieve the goal of showing the world who we are. It takes 3 different channels to do that. That's the first thing. The second thing, Courtney brought up a point about money. I think we're beyond the point of people even, like, yes, you can monetize your social media, but money ain't even, we're thinking about money in the conventional monetary fiduciary. I'm talking about money as currency. Currency don't gotta be paper dollars or even digital. Clearly we have NFTs and all kind of shit, right? Blockchain. The intangible can also be currency. We traffic in social currency. People give more shits about how they look and how they're perceived, and if they can show up to crew and get a bottle just off strength of who they are, more than they do about how much money they really have in their bank account, because them niggas probably broke in real life.
Affirmation.
Shit, they just want to be popping. That's the goal for most people now. They just want to be appealing to the masses. They want you to, they attention is the hottest commodity. It's time, attention, and then it's fucking money.
Would you rather have fame or money?
Are you asking me personally?
I pointed at you and everything. I was just
that is a very interesting question. I haven't actually had that
that's
posed.
Really what this conversation
hold
is
on, Courtney. How about we go around and answer that? I'll start first. To be honest, it can vary depending on what point I am in my life. Right now, I want the fame because look, actually, no.
Don't change your answer.
No. All right.
Do you need some time?
Wait. No. I don't need time. I used to want the fame.
Theater. You have a background in
right. Look. I used to want the fame until recently, and me and D and I think Courtney have recently had a conversation about this. I thought I wanted the fame until I started seeing what the fame does to you. Like a lot of artists nowadays have put it out there, like what it is actually doing to their psyche and to their actual reputation outside of what we see on a social platform. Like Cardi B just recently said, like, man, being famous is boring. Like I'm being followed everywhere I go. I can't do the same regular.
Is lonely.
Lonely, boring,
She just won a lawsuit,
toxic. Yeah, and congrats to her. But right, and so all the bad things that come with fame has put a bad distaste in my mouth, and made me realize
the mystique of you being ruined.
Right. Everybody wants the fame if they can manipulate and control it, and if they have the power and to influence and direct their audience, like how Beyonce and J. Cole and the Kendricks have that power. Right. At this point, I would enjoy the money more because I can kind of help use money as a conduit to my lifestyle that I actually want.
But no one knows who you are
of traveling.
Money, huh? So in this scenario, you have the money, but you're no one. They can know. Nobody.
They can know though.
But they don't have to.
They don't have to. But with that statement, D, is that you trying to like throw an obstacle in my way, or is that you stating a fact? If you have the money, then you won't be famous.
I'm saying in this scenario, if it's like that, if we're
strong extremes,
it's two polar opposites, right? You either have the fame and everyone knows you, but you don't have you don't have money, or you have money and no one knows you.
I think, then I think that I would probably want the money. At this point in my life, it used to be the other way around. I used to want the fame to be notorious.
I would want the fame, for
sure. But at this point, I have more goals in traveling and doing things with my family.
Facts.
And doing things and living in the moment and basking in the moment, seeing as much of the world as possible and just fucking the shit out of life, right? On the sense, but hear me out. On the sense of like, going on a yacht, jumping out of a plane, and kayaking, and just seeing.
I agree.
Walking the Rockies and things of that, right?
You're
just really exploring life.
Welcome.
That mirrors my answer. I'm more so interested in experience as an adult. Than I was attention in my youth. So which would it be? I would have said when I was 12, 13, I would have said fame over money. But
what, 12, 13 or 22 and 23?
22, 23, 29.
Yeah.
The past 2 years, I've thoroughly enjoyed the convenience that money gives you when it comes to having experience. I definitely need a refill. Thank God.
I was
thought you never cracked that motherfucker open.
I was waiting.
I'm so far.
Thank you.
You need a refill?
Yeah, pass it just a little bit.
No, I dig that.
But yeah, I would totally take the money because I know it purchases experience.
Yeah.
And I also realized that fame and attention are not the same thing. When I was a child, I thought they were the same word.
Yeah.
Like I really did. And I love attention. And I'm going to still get that.
Yeah.
But fuck the fame. I can barely handle when somebody anybody need this here, huh?
No. It's the top thing. I
can barely handle when somebody recognizes me in person off of social media as it stands because I'm more so confused. Like, why?
How do you know me?
Why would you care?
Yeah.
I get so surprised.
I hate when people like act like when you are say that's your goal, right? To be as recognizable as possible, right? And then you go and see the person out in the mall, and they're like, "How do I know you, bitch? You know me. I know you because of social media. Don't act like that. You don't want the attention now
JT,
because that energy."
Said that I'm the person that would do that. I do not like. It's creepy to me.
So
because you don't actually have a relationship with me. You might know me. Yeah. You definitely know me.
I know your image. The whole reason why I approached you is because I know your face.
Well, then why didn't you walk up and say, "Oh my God, I know you from Instagram. I know that this is awkward for you. I'm excited to see." If you want that type of reaction out of me, then you need to come straight up to me and be like, "Oh my God, I'm obsessed with you." Let's start there.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
I've been following you for this many years. I'm walking up to you in hopes that you'll speak back to me.
But we're speaking in the heat of the moment.
Tell me what you want.
Yes,
from me.
People are not the best at. What you know about me? The people don't necessarily know how to express themselves in the most appropriate manner when they're right there in the heat of the moment, right? But they, at the very least, you have to acknowledge and appreciate the fact that they are providing what you were seeking and intent in the first place.
You only want that online. Like, I don't understand how that matches up. Like,
what do you mean? How you don't understand how
that's like I watched this stripper dance all night.
So
long.
but look, this ties directly. Hold on, this ties directly to the Ari Linux point, right? You put it out there. And you, let's say that you have a curated audience, right?
Well, that's kind of different.
No, it's not for. Wait, let me finish the point.
That's still online.
Her situation was she made a comment. She's been making several different comments, right? And it's stirred up the pot, and it's gotten a lot of different reactions out of people, right? Mm-hmm. And she doesn't like how people are receiving it now as of lately. But she forgets the fact that her reputation precedes herself, right? The same thing with Bradley's point. If you are putting yourself out there on a social media platform, and then somebody that follows you on the social media platform encounters you in real life, and they acknowledge and recognize you on that stand front.
That don't mean I have to be nice to you.
But why would you be mean to them in the first place? They're contributing to your notoriety. They're contributing to your notoriety.
Your initial statement was, I followed and liked you, so you owe me an autograph. I want you to stop eating your food right now. Give me your full attention because I know you.
That's a really extravagant example.
How do you walk up on a person and say, "Hey, I follow you"? Like,
let's use your.
If they approach you disrespectfully, then yes, you can match that energy. Bradley is talking about somebody who would just approach him in the mall and just say, "Hey, I know you." Whoa, what the fuck? Like, why?
Yeah. If you knew me from anywhere else, would you just walk up? Hey, I know you. Yeah. Like, if you wouldn't have.
Will fucking Smith walked in here, or you were in a ramen shop and Will Smith walked in, and you were like, "Oh shit, Will, hey, what's up, man?" And he looks at you like, "Boo, what do you? Don't talk to me. Don't acknowledge me when I'm in here eating. All I'm here is to pick up some ramen."
Well, for one, I think there's kind of a tipping point here on notoriety based off of how you know the person. So Will Smith has been on internationally played movies. Yeah. So of course that's going to happen.
And this is on a smaller scale, but you got to acknowledge and recognize.
Smaller scale. Yes. I'll walk you through what happens. It actually just happened last week. So, which is funny because it was multi-layered. I was at a club somewhere with my friends, minding my drunk business. Okay. Somebody was in conversation with somebody else that I was with that day. This is all information I found out afterwards, right? The following weekend, the gentleman comes up to me. He was like, try to make conversation. I was like, do I know you? Instead of him saying, "Oh, I know your friend, and I was near you last weekend," even though I never spoke a word to the man, don't know the man from a drying paint a wall. Drying wall of paint. Yeah. I don't know.
Right? Crown right there.
Instead of that, he goes, "Cooling and pooling," right? On Instagram, right? I was like, that's strange.
Stop. That's not strange.
I'll give you a more vanilla example.
Let him finish the example, then you can make a vanilla
example.
Yeah. I have a question for you.
Podcasts. When podcast was rolling, I do have another podcast. When the podcast was rolling, I had some listenership. I'm at the club again, right? Somebody walks up and they go, "Last week's podcast was so interesting. Didn't know the man from a drying wall of paint." Okay. Right?
And that's bad?
How did I react that time?
Question.
I want you to imagine how I reacted that time.
Let me get this question.
Are you asking me?
Yeah. Imagine what did I say instead this time? Oh,
how do I know you?
No, I didn't. I went, "Wow, you listened to the podcast." It's about the way that you engage. Identification, just identifying me is strange. But if you engage with information about me, showing that you're engaged.
Hold on, D. I'm about to fuck him up because it's the platform. It's the platform that you're putting off, right? Podcast versus your social media. The stuff that you put on social media may be more personable, and you're like, how the fuck do you know me? Versus when somebody's listening to a podcast and you're like, "Oh, you're acknowledging me on the basis that I want to be acknowledged." What if the Instagram guy acknowledged you nicely?
If he did acknowledge me nicely, it was still weird. Let me tell you, if he would have instead went, And that was strange. That was a strange example. But let's say, for instance, the podcast man goes, that works. I really like that outfit that you posted the other day. I follow you on Instagram. What's different about that approach this time? They're engaging with the content and not just identifying me as somebody that they've been watching. What you're seeing is there's a difference between the mediums. Right now, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, that stuff is super not personal. Like, I can follow and add.
What do you mean it's not personal? It is.
It's social.
It's
not,
Facebook.
Wait. Listen. Goddamn. Now, this is a much more intimate setting because we're speaking. You learn my voice. You choose to listen.
Talking to y'all. We're talking to people.
Somebody's going to sit and give 2 to 3 hours of their time to come listen to us.
Facts.
We're talking. They're going to feel a part of this conversation. That's the whole difference between mediums anyway. They're going to watch this on YouTube.
And it's available on all those social media platforms as well.
It's different to just, I followed you on Instagram and see you post this picture. Yeah. Now I'm like, okay, nigga.
Okay, nigga, get the fuck
I want to hear how
Courtney,
you engage with content.
Help this make sense about what they're talking about. I'm having a hard time differentiating like the two between like approaching me and acknowledging what I said on a podcast versus acknowledging me on what I posted on my social media.
You're still missing the point.
What's the point?
So the point is that if how you know me and the reason for you approaching me is the content, you get a wonderful reply because that's why I put it there, because I want you to acknowledge the content. I want you to watch the story. I want you to see those things. If somebody walks up to me and is simply identifying me, right?
Yeah.
I know you. You're cooling and pulling. That's fucking weird because I'm not famous.
Absolutely.
But let's start there. I'm just not famous.
Hold on. Quick question. And this is for you, B-Rap. So as somebody, and I'm coming at this from the most, like genuinely curious perspective. As a person who... I don't know how many followers I got. I don't give
I'm nervous
shits,
now.
Right?
Yeah,
don't give very few fucks about how many people follow me. Here's the thing. As someone who wants to grow ostensibly his viewership, his following, his presence online, we're cooling and pulling, right? Whatever the content is you're putting out, whether it's making your bed videos or brushing your hair, whatever the fuck, making gumbo, whatever the fuck it is, right?
Oh yeah, I love doing that.
So you want people to engage with you. Right? Online, you want them to like, share, subscribe, follow, all that shit. But when they do that in real life, it's odd. And this is what I mean by that. When somebody follows you on a platform, they don't...
That's what the platform's for.
That's what the platform's for.
Thank you.
It's a number. Boop, boop. Okay, now
but that's not what life is like.
But when it translates to real life, when somebody comes over and gives you the equivalent of a follow, cool and pulling, acknowledge you. That feels odd to you. But hold on.
Contradiction.
Here's one thing. Here's one thing. I don't think it's a contradiction, but I do want to acknowledge one thing that can be perceived as contradictory is the fact that you do want that. You want that. I don't want that. So when somebody, and this has happened to me too, I had a motherfucker come up to me back when, I don't remember the name of the place. It was a spot, it don't exist no more, but we were at the spot. It was a hookah lounge and they also had drinks and shit. We were there, probably with you, and this chick walks over and buys me a Hennessy shot. Never seen this woman. She had on ass shorts. She actually worked there. It was very terrifying. I was like, oh shit, am I being set up?
All right.
Turns out
cheaters.
She knew me from online and online only. We had 2 degrees of separation. She knew about my daughter, my wife. Never seen this woman in my life.
I'm not drinking that shot.
I did. I'm not going to front. I took the shot.
I would have too.
But it wound up turning out she was like, I think pledging Delta's Eye, some shit. And she knew of me because she had to know about Big Sister Jen. So
Big Sister Jen text me and be like, buy my husband a drink.
No, she wants to be a Chuck. That's what happened. And so I took that shot.
He's talking about AKA for our listeners. Delta's Eye, the chapter of
whoa.
Damn, bro.
Gotta give the people context. Y'all gotta get better with podcast etiquette.
Nah, they don't even know. I'm saying, if I don't say it, it don't make me say it.
He's talking about his address. 1227.
If Darian does not say it, if I don't say a full name, he's talking about Courtney Coleman.
Oh, okay. Well, you gotta fucking okay.
I didn't want to put her all the way out there.
Well, then why even bring it up on the pod?
Bro, we've talked about hella
all
people.
right, all right. Okay.
I think we're talking about the same nigga who's selling real estate in Dallas. Luxury properties in Dallas. Anyway.
Okay, good point.
Bro, the point is you don't make a girlfriend because you tip a stripper.
There we go.
That's the point
and then
of it.
I want to sprinkle some more salt on it too. Sugar, because not only was a man was approaching a woman about something online too, so that's already crazy.
I didn't go up to that person. Okay, so look, the person didn't even come up and acknowledge you in a disrespectful way. They just acknowledged you.
How many followers? How many followers does she have?
Huh?
How many followers does she have?
Who have?
Just for shits and giggles. The woman that you gave an example in the very beginning of this conversation.
How about the elevator chick?
Yeah, elevator.
She's got to be like in the 6,000-7,000s.
Oh, no, that's
that was
not
weird
at all.
Yeah.
That
was weird
at all.
Yeah.
No, she's a YouTuber, and y'all watch her clean her house.
What is the problem with just saying, hey?
For me to approach somebody from social media that I see on social media that's not a real celebrity,
But that's your goal. You're trying to achieve celebrity status. So why the fuck is that weird?
I get where he's coming from.
who's to say that she wanted to achieve celebrity status?
But if that's your goal, Chris, if that's your goal, if you look, you find it weird.
I get his
Hold
point,
on,
though.
you find it weird because you're not trying to attain celebrity status. Bradley is. Bradley is. And because
as a matter of fact, I said I didn't want the fame. I want the money.
Yeah.
But listen.
to that question, yes, but your goal is to be recognizable with your art.
Growing that.
And if somebody on your social media follows you because they acknowledge and appreciate the art, and then they see you in person, acknowledge you.
I acknowledge the art.
Oh my gosh!
So they have to. That's the part you wasn't getting earlier.
Oh my gosh!
I want you to acknowledge the content.
Wait, hold on, Chris.
My bad.
I think we're getting like way too deep into like the dynamics of the social media and the personal interaction. I think end of the day, like if you're just being real,
That should creep.
half of these people that are very popular on social media may not be that. We can acknowledge that these people may not be the same way in real life, which is cool. And another news,
some are cooler, even cooler. You know what I mean?
Yeah, another news, following somebody, or even if that person follows you, they may be interested in your content, but they may not be interested in you and having
In
more
relationship.
So,
Absolutely.
I don't think like once again, even if I know you or if I saw you at some spot that I was at or whatever it is on Instagram, if I see you in person, if you know me, if we have mutual friends and we can have if that's something cool, or if I want to get to know you and I'm like, yo, like, hey, however you want to dice up the conversation, I follow you, this is not great. But I think it encompasses everybody's conversation. You don't just like, just because you follow somebody doesn't mean like
Cooling and Poole it.
or if it is somebody you follow and you want to like, if you see him in the same space and you're like, yo, I want to introduce myself, cool, but there is an appropriate way.
Y'all are absolutely ridiculous.
You got to think of it the same way as if you're not. Take social media away.
I can't believe
if you had a class,
finish. I want to hear this.
But
take social media away. If you saw this person, if you got a class with this person, it's the same shit. If you have a class with this person, doesn't mean ultimately when they see you out in a different setting,
now you can go holler at them.
Buddy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You're like, oh, by the way, aren't you in so and so's class, or aren't you in? Like,
you would have to give that context.
Still got to be normal.
I can see if that motherfucker walked up to you and was just like, hey, I saw you and your girl out on a date last night and whatnot, and was really just intruding on your personal activity. But you what?
Pull out my pistol.
That's got to be a joke. You've got to be joking right now.
You got listen. Here's the thing.
I saw you out.
You've got to be joking.
You watching me?
Wait, you talking about saw it on their story?
No, like in real life.
Real life.
Just the fact that, I just can't believe this is where my disbelief is with all of y'all. Like, except for probably D, just because of the point that he sees both sides. But the fact that y'all don't see, like, y'all as in Chris and Bradley and a little bit of Courtney too, about the issue, like, y'all see an issue with somebody just acknowledging you because they follow you on social media and they're just giving you a head. They're not asking for your credit card information. They're not asking for a date.
JT, you're speaking as if people. This is the thing. Social media, Instagram, bro. As much as I'm not as active, people still follow me a lot. I get DMs, I get everything.
Facts.
Even though I see people out, if I don't know you, then you have to, if you don't approach me as if I know, like, nobody will walk, like, it's just, to me, it's super weird if somebody walk up to you like, what's up, bro? Like,
maybe
wait, Courtney.
And there's no follow up on like, oh,
how you know me?
Use Bradley's example.
I think I follow you on Instagram or something. Then I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
That's Bradley's example. He said the first guy, the two examples he provided, he walked up to him and said, oh, cooling and pulling? That's the first thing he said to him, which means, oh, you must follow me on Instagram. You're weird as fuck for acknowledging me and as a follower. But what the fuck? How is that weird? Versus the second person who gave him a quote of his podcast, and then he's like, okay, you're accepted. You're invited in the VIP of B-Rad.
There's no merit in clicking follow.
Right.
There's no merit in clicking follow.
There's no merit.
Well then, if it's that fucking weird for you, then set your account on private so that way you can control your account is. That's why it's weird to you, Chris. But Bradley, anybody can follow him. So why the fuck is it weird?
It's strange to.
Well, yeah, I want to hear your answer.
Point me out of a crowd, or point me out of a crowd. People, and it's funny now because I know these people now.
Yeah.
But when it happens so often, that's why I now pick the right Instagram name. But people call me Coolin' and Poole in person.
That's dope.
That's fun, right? And
okay, so now you're providing the context.
Wait a minute. The next thing. JT, has anybody ever came up to you and said, "I follow you on social media"?
Yes.
And what'd you do?
Oh, really?
Thank you.
Thank you. You're awesome.
No,
appreciate it. What did you like about my Instagram?
That just makes you a totally different person.
That's a fact.
Yes.
That's what I've been trying to get to. I was trying
and that means that you're super excited.
And you did a good job about doing that.
That means you might be super excited that people are, following you.
But
like you said, following me gives me no merit. It has nothing to do with relationship building. None of that. I am strictly involved in the relationship building aspect of social media.
So then control your audience by setting the account on private. Then
speak to that right there. When I was 27, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, right? So my therapy...
drop that on us.
My therapy was to put more information out there and be more public and be less private and talk to people.
That's good,
so
bro.
it wasn't so much as...
This podcast took a real hard right turn with you just putting that out there. Now we got to address being bipolar.
It's a real thing. Like,
I wasn't ready.
You got to understand that there's multiple reasons to be on social media. Not everybody's there to... Even if you're not trying to gain celebrity, I just want to be on social media. My family's on here. I see my cousins that are...
It goes back
I'm
to
in a different
purpose,
state,
bro.
so I got family members in New York.
I'm not speaking.
I'm
not speaking to that, Chris. I'm speaking to Bradley's point about an individual who's seeking notoriety and is being acknowledged.
But hold on. Real quick, as a person,
I just happen to have some notoriety, but it has nothing to do with my desire
with
for
money,
it.
But you used to seek the fame, and that's...
But even when we said, do you choose fame or celebrity?
He's 22.
You can get celebrity. Money.
Yeah.
You can get money and then become a celebrity.
Yeah. Facts.
Without wanting the fame, but you'll have it anyways.
Okay. We spent a lot of time on this.
We did.
Let's
Real
move.
Quick, yeah.
Yes. It's got to be real quick. It's got to be less than a minute. No, it's not. It's not unresolved because
I think
I'm dropping it because of what you just said. You said that's not your goal of being like an actual figure, but I'm really confused as fuck because you want to be acknowledged by your art. So I don't understand.
You think Will Smith talks to everybody that follows him?
If they come up and acknowledge him or say hey to him, yes.
When the dude kissed him on the face, he smacked the shit out of him.
Because of how he approached him.
Listen to what you said. That's the same thing because of how he approached.
There's nothing wrong with how that person addressed it.
But okay, a kiss is
touching somebody in a COVID environment.
But in a culture,
that's touching somebody. You can get the fuck slapped.
But that wasn't COVID. This was years ago.
This is way before COVID.
Okay, all right.
We're talking about a difference in culture. In France, they kiss each other because hands are dirty.
Cheek.
So cheek. Dude kissed him on the cheek.
Where was he at?
He didn't
Do you know where he was?
On the red carpet.
Oh, on the red carpet. Okay.
Homie was European.
All right, cool. And he had the right to because somebody touched him. But this dude did not touch him. He just verbally acknowledged him.
But I just wanted you to understand, just like you said, that it's a difference in your approach. It's all about your approach.
I understand that.
Let me bring this home.
What I don't get is the fact that he said he wanted to be acknowledged at the beginning of the pod. He said, I want to be acknowledged for my artwork and for
talents.
and I'm utilizing and leveraging social media for that.
Right.
And then turned around and said, it's weird for somebody who follows him
they may not know
to just say
they may just follow you.
And what is weird about that?
I gave you an example.
What is weird about that?
I gave you an example where the reaction was different based off of them presenting my artwork.
Let's move on.
So I'm gonna put a bow on this real quick because I actually happen.
You always say real quick and then talk for 3 minutes.
No, nigga.
I don't want to off the rails, baby.
Niggas outside.
He said, "Fuck
yelling from the parking lot. He don't give a shit no more about etiquette, potty etiquette. So real quick, I'm gonna try to bring us home. Please follow me, people. I actually happen to see both sides. I have a unique perspective because I align with Bradley in the sense that I too am an artist who wants people to dig and love my shit. All of us. All of us are artists.
Y'all are contradicting artists.
No, stop. Follow me.
Go ahead. Keep going.
I actually had a pseudonym.
Follow you on social media or just follow you on this conversation?
Well, no,
be specific. That's your fucking fault for not being specific. And it's not our fault for not taking it out of context.
He's triggered like a mother.
First time listeners, you won't know which one Darian.
Finish your point.
Somebody unscrew the cap. Let the air out.
There's no way.
Y'all are being absolutely ridiculous. I hope there's a listener out there that sides with me. And all I need is one listener to just be. No, I guarantee you.
Specific here.
Only because I had to pull it out of him.
If somebody
wrap this. Somebody wrap this.
Yeah,
you wrap it up, Courtney.
I'm gonna wrap this up and put a bow on it real quick. Are you ready? Because there's some other dope shit I want to talk about.
You.
So I happen to see both sides here, and I will speak uninterrupted. I really hope this time. Tizzle, I actually understand where you're coming from because it's hard to kind of parse the two, right? But I think that's wherein your downfall lies because I think you're creating false parity between two different paradigms. If you don't know what I'm saying, go look up the words. It's the dictionary. So I think with Bradley, we all align that we're artists and we have platforms by which we may or may not want people to dig our art. I don't post my art, but I want to. So when I do start posting that shit, I want niggas to go in there and love my shit. Yeah. But I don't give a shit if you know who Darian is, if you know about my kids and all that. Right. So with Tizzle, I think the point you're missing, and I understand where he's coming from, because what he's saying is, okay, how can you want people to invest in you as an individual? How do you want people to invest in your channel, to spend their time with you as an influencer, to love your art and your creativity, but not invest in you, like even in real front? I think that's the problem. That's where I have an issue with today's social climate or environment. There's this false parity between the online world and the real world. And JT, you're making that same mistake. Just because you follow me, hold on, baby. Hold on.
You're not gonna dive the door right now.
You gotta follow me. Just because you follow me and you dig what I'm doing online I won't even say it gives you the right. I won't say who has the right.
Agency is a good word.
Yeah.
Agency.
I won't even say if it gives you the agency. I'm gonna just say it does not necessarily mean as the purveyor, the creator of the aforementioned art, that you want that attention. Now, it may be paradoxical to you as a person who's like, if I'm putting it out there, I want the attention. That's not true for everybody. I've met some people at creative conferences with hundreds of thousands of followers who are the most introverted people, who are the awkward shit. They didn't even want to talk to me.
I thought you were putting a bow on this. You're stating your thoughts.
He's actually recapping everything that we
so you have an understanding.
And you're sitting here and saying that I'm making a mistake by having a misinterpretation.
Precious, you're sitting here.
I just can't believe that.
Bro, you Monique right now. You Monique.
All you have to do is just create a page without your face in.
Who's supposed to love
me? Putting your art out there.
Who gonna love your big ass?
Based off of what you're saying.
I have a pseudonym.
If you don't want to be acknowledged,
that's true.
If you don't want to be acknowledged, don't put your fucking face and name attached to your art. Just put the art out and then let it be appreciated. That's the bowl cap. We're done. Let's move on.
I'll meet you in the middle. Knock on Diamond's door.
Nobody said you can't do it, JT, but I'm just saying it's fucking weird. That's all.
And JT wants all the fame. He takes back his responsibility about fame versus money. This
Please welcome to JT.
Clearly, he wants the fame.
I just want the Potnas podcast to be on a higher level. I want this authentic discussion to reach a mass amount of audiences. So please, people, if you're tuning in, you're listening to this point. If you've been listening up to this point, I don't know where are we? Are we in 2 hours right now?
No.
It's probably gonna be our longest episode to date.
Not at all.
Okay.
We've had 2.5 hour episodes.
If you're listening, please share the podcast, if you will. And if you appreciate and respect all of the discussions and the debate and the back and forth that is being had on this podcast, then share it, rate it, give us a 5,
drop us
or whatever the highest rating is on your particular platform that you're listening to.
And come talk to you in person.
Right.
You can come talk to me in person.
Facts.
But don't talk to Darian. Don't talk to Chris. Don't talk to Bradley. No.
Yes, just talk to me. Y'all,
If you're gonna walk up,
y'all the squad.
This is y'all's problem.
If you just follow me on Instagram, do not tap me on my fucking show.
Just don't follow them because you're gonna get socked in the face.
Feel free.
Or you're gonna be called weird. You're gonna get socked in the face. You're gonna be called weird. You're gonna not be acknowledged.
And JT's gonna kiss you in the mouth when you say you follow him.
God damn it, I'll look you all up and down. You know what I'm saying?
All right, this nigga.
Anyways, look,
Nigga's tripping. This is took a turn.
These are all jokes, ladies and gentlemen. We're definitely not being serious, but
I'm not gonna hit you.
I'm hot again.
to an extent. What?
I'm hot again.
Yeah,
the heater's on.
I'll control. No, I definitely turned the heater off.
Courtney, I got a question for Courtney.
Yeah, where's Courtney at? Hey, girl.
Courtney's here.
I'm here.
Okay, Courtney. So we, I think we all agree there may be some point of, or there's a lack of resolution perhaps with that particular topic.
Yes.
But to your point, you brought up some good points about like the whole idea of like, sharing, minding your business, how much you put out there and how it can and cannot apply to both the digital scape and the real life scape. I think, would you agree that this applies to other things beyond just social media?
Oh yeah, I mean 1,000%. But in regards to what? Are you talking anything specific, or are you just saying in general?
I mean like how everything is on display right now. Like I know that's kind of where you kicked this off. I'm curious, is there anything else like that you had in mind that this applies to?
I can speak to that.
Okay.
Why are you asking Courtney specifically?
Hey man, because he need to get up in here.
Gender fluidity. Can we talk about it? I mean,
Sure. How does that? Okay, now tie that back to
Right. Let's
gender fluidity, pronouns.
It was a hard stop.
That was a hard pivot and didn't do anything. I was trying to softly get
because I'm trying to get us segued into.
No, JT, he threw the oop, and I was getting there.
That was
actually,
all right, go ahead.
Media, people put their pronouns in their bio.
Oh, did the Bengals just win?
No
yeah,
way.
so I was gonna say that.
Oh my goodness.
It's over.
Oh my god.
What?
The fridge is in the spoon.
Wow. Wait, is it over?
Is he smiling?
Is it over? Yes, it is. It's over.
Oh my
Whoa. How does? Wow.
My goodness.
Final overtime. And the Bengals did it. They came back.
He must have told him his Instagram.
Yeah. This is a slap in the face. This is a slap in the face. This is exactly what they did to the Buffalo Bills. And now the Bengals have just upsetted the Chiefs at
I don't know why I'm looking up here like I know
Kansas
anything
City.
Of what's
Well, I will say this:
Missouri.
if you don't watch football, you should just know that this is.
Like
I
a
would not expect the
monumental
Bengals
thing?
in a million years to
I
be here.
wouldn't either.
This is insane. They were literally down. What was it? 9-21 in the first half.
This is Twilight.
No. They tied it by the end of third quarter, and then they went up by a field goal, and then Chiefs came back and went up by a field goal, sent them into overtime.
Have you guys ever heard of the special teams before?
Apparently,
Yes.
so.
What's your favorite down? Mine's third.
All right, nigga.
Big congrats to the Cincinnati Bengals and all the people who betted on the Bengals to win this game. Man, they are now going to the Super Bowl. Insane. The Bengals are going to the Super Bowl, dude. That is insane. The Cincinnati Bengals. It's been
34 years since
Courtney.
this happened?
Hold on, time out. All y'all was talking shit in the beginning of this podcast, which could be ran back, talking about Bengals are just happy to be here, and this is their Super Bowl.
I think that was off the pod. We weren't recording at that point. But dude, man, dude, this is going to be a special one, man. This is insane. Look at Andy Reid. Well,
You having a Super Bowl party?
I'm trying to. Hey,
Cincinnati.
look. I put the invitation
you might have
out.
a baby before all that, huh?
If Keiko comes early, she's not due until March 16th, but yeah, and Super Bowl is February 13th.
Yeah,
Day before Valentine's Day, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. Oh, can we talk about that right quick? Actually, no, never mind. Courtney, answer D's point. D, you might need to ask the question again.
This was too hell of a it was too crazy ass pivot, so I don't even know where we are.
We're across the street.
If you forgot your point, then I'll segue.
No, it wasn't even really a point. I was trying to avoid a hard pivot. So I was just merely asking, you kind of set us off on a come on, nigga, come on. What I was gonna say was really perverse. I'm trying not to be that guy, so I don't want to get canceled before we get started, baby. So now you set us off on a journey of like, you know, talking about
your authentic self.
You know, the world is sharing and oftentimes oversharing, both in the digital space and in the real. How some people perceive that quite negatively when you come holler at me and I don't know you for real and you don't tell me how you know me. It's very odd, but for some people, clearly. It's not. Come holler at me, kiss me on my cheek, all that shit. If you know my following name, it's cool. I was purely asking, do you see this kind of applying to other spaces? Like this whole idea of like people giving so much of themselves and oversharing or like undershare. You know what I mean?
Boy, was that a long question. I don't even know what the question was.
Well, what you have to share.
It's a much better
what
pivot
do you
than
have to
just
share and what you don't. Right.
Oh
my God. Who said that?
I'll tell you this. I got into an argument with a dude about because I said I don't like
Chris,
red shoes.
Is your name Courtney?
Oh, Courtney.
Courtney. He asked the question to Courtney.
Courtney. I didn't even. Courtney. I kind of zoned out for a second.
This is what happened. Right. You zoned out because D's long-winded with his questions. And then Courtney is virtual, so that's why he's getting overpassed all the time.
Yeah, Courtney's not.
Hey, let's bring it into this episode. Let's bring it into the episode. We had so much more that we wanted to get to, but just for the sake of time and for our listeners' ears and for our listeners' sake, we're going to go ahead and put a bow on it. We're going to go ahead and get
to... taking my turn of phrase, nigga. That's my shit.
I will put...
You can't put no bow.
I will bring an end to this conversation. And then we will transition into our traditional segment called The Toast. And ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first podcast episode of the Potnas podcast...
Go back and listen to some earlier ones first.
Right. The toast is simply us getting a shot glass of whatever beverage we choose. And you can join us in this by getting your nearest shot glass or cup.
JT.
And
it's giving
what?
COVID.
We good. I mean, were you going to explain the toast?
It's getting cold.
Every single episode.
In my glass.
All right, cool. All right, we're getting glasses of liquor, and then we're clinking to the future or whatever we're talking
You know
about.
what toast
Let
is.
Bradley do it.
So go ahead, Bradley.
He has to.
Wow, it's crazy. Love this.
On the spot. Yep.
All right. This goes to first and foremost the anniversary of the Potnas podcast.
Yes. We never addressed that.
Y'all went through more seasons than the Kardashians in 1 year. I'm so excited for y'all. It's beautiful seeing somebody do a podcast right. And
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Secondly, this also goes to being your authentic self and choosing who you want to show up as, no matter what the audience says.
I dig that.
That's our middle ground.
That's what we're going for. Okay, I like that.
To your authentic selves, people.
All right. Cheers.
Stream in over here. There we go.
Scream man. Yep.
It's Sunday, everybody.
I hate he said that at the beginning of the episode. I'm like, damn, we taking shots on Jesus Day.
I can bleep that or edit that out, maybe.
Yeah, it's too late now.
I always drink on Jesus Day.
Yeah, but usually it's like mimosas and
Okay, niggas.
we drink it for Jesus though. That's the thing.
God looking down on the cloud like, hey, y'all better watch out.
That's the worst kind of drink because I'm like, I got to prepare for tomorrow because our next store going to be closed.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
It's literally the
He
worst.
turned water to wine. He with it.
did. He hung out with hookers.
You know,
Sure did. And proudly, too.
you know what I'm saying?
Boy, there's going to be a thunderstrike on this house in a few
Shout out
minutes.
Mary Magdalene.
Jesus already knows what be happening up in here.
Oh yeah, he knows.
Hey,
it all.
before we close out,
Shout out Jesus.
do we want to go around and talk about appreciation about us potting for over a year?
Like reaction to the anniversary.
Sure. Or just your raw thoughts on our anniversary.
Quick thought for your boy. First of all, if you're still listening and watching, muchas gracias para ti. I really appreciate everybody listening. That's many thanks to you.
You get one wife from San Antonio and just go
I just
off.
go crazy. I'm biracial now, if you don't know. Soy dominicano, if you're listening. Hablo con yo. No, but seriously, for real, this was a passion project. This was born out of all of our shared interest in sharing our genuine, authentic perspectives on topics, news, and shit. And really, I think we're all just super duper both excited, humbled by the fact that so many people are tuning in and engaging and digging what we're doing. Because this really just kind of was something we just really wanted to do and didn't have. We had a plan, obviously, but it wasn't like, oh man, we're gonna get sponsored and we're gonna make this and that. And the fact that it's doing what it is and it's still so much fun to do and that's why we show up and do it. And you guys are rocking with it. That means a lot to me. So,
yeah, Courtney.
Yeah, I mean, Dino said everything. Really, it's just we started this off, like I said, with a different like.
Don't repeat what I said, nigga. Don't repeat what I said, nigga. You can repeat what I said.
Right. Just speak from the heart for once to the people.
I am. If this is the problem, y'all.
Nigga, hope, nigga, bitch.
Hey.
Go ahead.
I don't even know what I was gonna say anymore.
Yeah,
but
I'm sorry.
Anyway, thank y'all. Is my point.
Yes.
Chris, you want to?
Well, I'm new,
Simon?
so I just been listening for the last.
You've been listening. All right, so speak from a listener standpoint.
It is an honor to be a part of this journey with you guys and join. I'm proud to be able to offer my service to something so already well put together. You guys are really on top of stuff.
You're definitely helping us elevate our game for sure. You're very talented, my brother.
Thank you.
Very good.
And then just to put it in to this part. It's been great, man. I'm just so appreciative of how the journey has outlined itself, right? And I'm appreciative of every single one of you in this room, and Courtney, just trusting in the process, trusting me, in the vision, and just really putting forth of everything that we have put out there, and just stepping out on the line, right? I know this can be very riveting for a lot of people, and you all have stepped up to the plate tremendously, and and y'all have done it with such poise and composure. And
we've gotten better, bro.
Yeah.
Think about, like, if y'all listening, go back and to Tizzle's point, go listen to episode 1 of season 1.
Oh, please don't.
Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah.
If you go listen to that and then come back and listen to this, I mean, actually, one similarity is the fact we were talking over each other a lot back then, and we probably were today too.
Absolutely.
But we've grown so much, not only as a podcast, but to JT's point, as people. We've learned so much in working with each other, bro, and in this whole process. I share his sentiment.
Yeah, I mean, everything has grown tremendously. You see the room. We all are just pursuing our endeavors, and the whole intent of the podcast was just to put authentic discussion that we have been having as brethren and as and with our sisters, of course.
Let me say wagwan.
And putting it on a public display for you all to relate to and to be able to connect with, because we know that that's a rarity in today's time, right? And so the intent, I know we talked about how we don't necessarily, some of us don't want to necessarily be seen, but we want this platform to be seen. And they say it right now, but they want,
not letting that go, bro.
we do want to be acknowledged. We do want you all.
How do you really feel, JT?
God damn it. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to us. We appreciate y'all. Continue to follow us and stick with us to provide perspective on topics, news, and shit. Dino, let's take us out.
You're now tuning into the sounds of the Potnas Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, follow the Potnas on all social media platforms, but do not touch them. Starting with Courtney.
Yep, follow me at Courtney J. Coleman.
All right, Dino.
You can find me at the Dictionary THE_DIXONARY.
All right, Coolin' and Poolin'.
You can follow me at Coolin and Poolin, COOLINAND POOLIN.
All right, I don't even know if I could follow all of those words. All right, follow me at JT Got Soul. That's JT Got SOLE. SOLE stands for style, optimism, leadership, and excellence, by the way, which is my other brand, I Got Soul. Peep that out at IGotSoul.net. Follow Chris Anderson, our screen man, at Iron Exposure.
Thank you. I didn't want to spell it.
Look, yeah, I got it.
I was not looking to spell.
Follow the Potnas Podcast at Potnas Podcast. That's POTNAS Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube for all of our latest content. Visit our website, potnaspodcast.com, for all of our previous episodes. Any topics you would like for us to cover, email contact@potnaspodcast.com. And y'all have actually been sending emails. We appreciate that. Leave us a 5-star review if you enjoy the episode. Potnas Podcast, we pushing P. We out in this piece.
Hey, go check us out on YouTube too.
Oh yeah.